Hello, and a big warm welcome to all of our friends born on the Virgo Libra Cusp. This is going to be your tarot reading for 2020-2021 in the year ahead. Whenever you're watching this reading is probably the best time. And again, to all of our friends born on the Virgo Libra Cusp, we want to wish you all the best in peace, joy, prosperity, love, bliss, and happiness. Thanks for joining me in this moment in space and time at this little YouTube channel. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards and then jump back on the mic, and let's see what's ahead for you this year and the next. We've had an Ace of Cups jump out as we were shuffling here for our Virgo Libra friends, so it might be significant. It may not be for some of you. New love may be on the horizon, so that's really exciting news. Let's go ahead and get these cards cut up for you, and let's see what's ahead for the year in store. For those of you joining us in the live chat, we're going to go ahead and talk to our friends that are watching on the Libra replay for the year ahead. Okay, so Libra Virgos, some of you might be just feeling a little bit of a delay, a little bit of like, where's the energy? We need to kind of get up and go. How can we get ahead when it seems that there are so many obstacles in our path? Sometimes it's important to remember, friends, that the obstacles that come in our path are ones that are set there for us to strengthen our resolve, to grow, and to be able to prosper in new and profound ways. When we see the Seven of Wands up here, what I can let you know is things are not necessarily going to be laid out like a road paved in gold for you this year. There could be a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacles, and a lot of people that you may need to circumnavigate. The Seven of Wands is an incredible energy card, though, in showing you that this year may be the year where you finally decide to have the resolve to get out of any kind of escapist mentality, stop avoiding problems, start running away from situations, stop hiding from situations, and just straight up overcoming those problems. It requires a lot of strength. And for some of you, it'll just be like you're feeling on top of the world, like you're not going to be dragged down by narcissists, pessimists, and people with no vision. You're not going to let them or their energies attach themselves to you. So for some of you, through the year, you would be wise to notice the times where you break away from lower vibrational people and lower vibrational energies, because look at the six wands below. Those are the lower vibration energies and people that threaten to bring you down a notch, it's not even that they're threatening. They just, that old saying, misery loves company. They just want you to come back and empathize and sympathize. But why would you spend your time doing that when somebody that is unable to see the optimism in situations, or someone that's unable to become enthusiastic or supportive of your goals, Virgo Libra, right? So here we go. Libra, you may be feeling like it might be time to really streamline and really make sure you know with a clear analytical mind what it is important to you. This year seems to be all about embracing distraction and then dismissing distraction, or finding out what is distracting versus what is there for you to actually use as a catalyst or as a springboard to get forward. The Queen of Swords here, and some of you might just be taking on lovers that are of Aquarius or Gemini or other Libras in that fashion, or you may find a creative mindset or like-mindedness with other air signs throughout this year. It could be a harmonious time when it comes to thinking together for a solid goal. That means business partnerships. This means validation of creativity and worth from reputable people, reputable places, people that have been there. So some of you may be seeking out mentorship. Some of you may be providing mentorship. And some of you may be in a process here where you're actually starting to streamline your ideas. The get up and go mentality that we mentioned here. A lot of times this is just about taking what you have and making the most of it, and really minimizing clutter in your life to create more space, to renew chi as much as you can, whether it's day to day, week to week, or even month to month. The cleaner and more open you can keep your living space Friends, is the best way that you'll be able to stay in those higher vibrations, and you will find that you won't have looming thoughts about, oh, I need to do this, oh, I procrastinated on that for too longer. The Queen of Swords doesn't take any bullshit. She's already done it. She's already taken care of it. She's already cut right through the mess. And this is going to open up maybe time for some of you. This is going to even open up some of your physical space. Maybe if you're wanting to create like a studio, something of this nature where you can actually get some creative thinking done. Okay, now in the willpower, some of you are tired of beating your head against the wall. We got a reversal on a 9 of Wands here, and this lets me know is that the persistence. You're like, when is it going to pay off? And that Virgo side of you, that very earthy, like, if at first you don't succeed, I'm going to try again. This energy has been played out for you over the last couple of years. And this year is a time where I believe that you're going to start to take and see new approaches in ways of accomplishing the same old. Things will begin to seem less routine to you. There's less drudgery, less like dragging of the feet, and less of that procrastination, because the new mentality, the new energy that you have behind your purposefulness or your idea about going forward out into the world and accomplishing your goals. Some of you will straight up be done taking a paycheck week to week and say, this is it. It's time for my venture moment. It's time for my entrepreneurial ideas to finally take root and to finally spring forward. All right. So with that 9 of Wands there as well, I want to caution you against old habits that will resurface, and they could come in the forms of like old friends or old people, again, that are wanting you to say like, well, come back into the fold, come back into the situation, let's just get together. Let's just go back to the way things were. But for our friends on the Virgo Libra Cusp, they're having none of it. They're like, no, I have new creative spark. I've got new ideas, and I'm done wasting time not taking action on them, because this is all about action versus inaction for you. And I know that it's important to get your rest and it's important to take care of yourself, but there's almost like this battle horn cry, like doo, 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 doo. Like, let's get up and let's get moving. Let's get with the paces. Let's stay ahead of the game for the greatest reward here, because that's what we want. Now, in the heart, some of you may need to clear up situations in relationships. Some of you may find resolution and forgiveness matters of the heart this year. When I was thinking about these old friends, for some of you, it could even border on even into old lovers, right? And old romantic partnerships, where you're coming to terms with a forgiveness or with finalization, things like divorce procedures, maybe settlements, things of this nature, okay? And in the heart as well, it's also reminding you guys that if you have to cut ties with these narcissists, these pessimists, naysayers, all these people that, gossipers, anything like that, you're so very tender-hearted. I love to see the Princess of Pentacles here, but she's reversed. And you guys have such a loving and tender heart. It's not that it's fragile, but it's very impressionable. And sometimes the strongest impressions that you make are on yourself, from yourself. It's like giving yourself a lump of coal for Christmas. You don't want to do that. You don't want to carry with you any kind of guilt of things that you do when it comes to taking your best path, becoming the best version of yourself. If you've had to leave old ideas, old ways of doing things, and even people of a lower vibration wondering what the hell happened, where the hell did they go, don't carry this guilt with you. Make the resolve today or in your heart whenever you're watching this to say, that's it. It is time for me to put myself first. It is time for me to stop relying on others, relying on that validation of other people's words to make me feel like I'm accepted, or that I feel comfortable, or that I actually am able to have the energy, to have the desire, to have the strength and the resolve to focus and to accomplish on your dreams, okay? Because the Princess of Pentacles reversed is saying, if you do anything less than that, it's like giving yourself a lump of coal for Christmas. You've cheated yourself. You have told yourself that you were not worthy, or that you were less than deserving of your own plan of action, your own sweet plans that you have for yourself. And it could be a point where, energy levels throughout the year, they're going to tend to wax and wane, much like the moon cycles. You wake up some days feeling like you're in the old energy, and other days you're going to wake up feeling totally refreshed, like anything is possible. And I would like you to capture those feelings of those anything is possible type of mornings, or anything is possible kind of seize the day moments, and carry that with you as much as you can. Use your conscious mind to impersonate on the subconscious mind that you do have that strong willpower, and that you're not going to try and go about it the same old way. It's in essence like a reprogramming, and it goes beyond affirmations. It's telling yourself that you're worthy. It's about proving to yourself that you're worthy. It's about looking back on the small victories, no matter how teeny tiny they might be, to say, yes, I did it. Yes, that was done by me, for me. And you know what? I don't have to worry about it because I didn't hurt anyone along the way. Cutting out these lower vibrational beings, people, and situations out of your life, it actually helps that other person. So never feel guilty about that whatsoever. And this is the thing here. I love this card. This is the first major arcana we've gotten up in your reading here, and it's number 21, the World. And this is next year. It's 2021. We've gone from judgment into the world type situation, so that you may find after New Year's, okay, as we get in through Aquarius and Pisces season, things will really begin to take shape for you. You're going to really be able to get a strong handle on who is there, who has your best interest in mind, and who is actually, just chumming along for the ride, or chumming along because they need someone to gossip about, and things like this. There will be big transitions and big changes and big moves after the new year for you. Things are going to kind of like, you're going to feel like you're up against the wall in through November and December. And then I feel like when the new year comes, the old anxiety, and we talked about like waking up in that refreshed energy versus an old energy. I would really love it if you could capitalize on that old art, that old cliche of New Year's resolutions. If you can actually make them, if you can actually have the tenacity of willpower to stick to these things, there can be great, huge changes that you can make in your inner world. And what I mean by like what's right in front of you. And then what happens? Discussions about what's happening out in the world, discussions about like, what parts of the world are inaccessible to you, and the size of your world as it is. It's all about how big we're willing to dream, how big we're willing to think, and how big we're actually willing to speak. Okay. With it touching in on this Seven of Wands, be well aware that you don't always want to be revealing your future plans to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you meet, or everybody, even if they are close to you, family members and whatnot. Sometimes the grandest plans that you have for yourself, you're best to keep them kind of bottled up deep inside until you're actually ready to make that break. You're actually really to pull up your socks and being like, you know what, everyone, I'm on your way to Peru. You wondered why I'd been, avoiding going to the bar, or I've been avoiding buying all that stupid shit off the home shopping channel. Well, it was because I was saving up for this grand voyage to wherever, Kathmandu, or wherever it is that you want to go, right? Talk about old cliches. The world is your oysters. So speak that. That's the kind of resolve that you speak to yourself, that I can do anything type of self talk, that everything is possible through grace, will, and determination. And when you're doing this, when you're rising above the crowd, and when you're teaching yourself these new abilities in terms of your empathetic listening, your level and ability to program in persistence and altruism into your thinking and into your everyday life, pretty soon when people begin to hear your words, they're going to really realize like there is wisdom in this mind of our Virgo Libra friend. This is somebody I should pay attention to. This is somebody I should listen to. And this is somebody that I should really take note of. Okay? Because some of you, a big change is what's desired. Some of you have been in one situation or one home or one community for far too long, and you're starting to wake up to it. You're starting to realize it. We've got a Tower card reversed. It's saying there's nothing wrong with safety and security, but when those things that we feel make us safe turn into the ball and chain that keep us from growing, it's like let's take an aloe vera plant, for example, or any kind of plant. It can only grow to the size of its container. Whatever pot your little plant is in, it's only going to be allowed to grow to the size of the container, because eventually the roots will go out and they'll reach the edge, they'll reach the border of the pot, and they're like, we can't go out any farther, we can't grow into the earth or explore anymore. So they begin to wrap back in on themselves, and the little aloe vera plant can tend to become like root bound. I don't know why I'm picking aloe vera, but any plant that's in a pot, it will, if it tries to outgrow the pot that it's in, the roots will wrap back in on itself and it will become root bound. And eventually that can lead to like a weakening or increased susceptibility to the disease or anything like that, or not feeling of good nature. So take note of this. If you feel like you've been in one spot that's long overdue, it's time to stop feeling like you can't do it, that too many people would be affected if you could change. You can find a way, and you will find a way. And it doesn't at any time have to be scary. Use that Virgo side of you, that dominant, like, no matter where I go, I am a force to be reckoned with. No matter where I go, I will be able to see the opportunity. And no matter what happens to me, I don't have to be afraid of anything anymore. No matter what the people tell me, no matter what I'm hearing from other people, be it friends, respected colleagues, family, I don't need to carry the same fears that other people carry, because I'm awake now to the new energy, and I felt the goodness and the excitement that comes from thinking outside of the box and thinking for myself again. For some of you, there may be relationship issues and troubles, maybe not necessarily troubles, but there could be like a reformation of a relationship with Gemini coming up this year. For those of you that pertains to, you've got the card of Gemini, and there may be a lot of mirrored energies. You may find yourself in situations where you're having a second look or a good long look at your relationships with other air signs and Geminis as well. Okay, let's just go on a little bit further. Yeah, there it is. The Phoenix rising and the healing moments, they're only just moments away. For some of you, as straight up, there was a situation of a betrayal, I feel, with a Gemini, but you're going to get over that. You're going to start feeling fine about this situation again. But the mental construct, okay, I want you guys to stop faulting yourself, beating yourself up, or saying that, if when you find faults in others, instantaneously look and say, that might be a fault that I share. But that fault is not necessarily my fault, because it's something that can be transmuted. It's something that can be overcome, almost instantaneous, for those of you with the right mindset to say, well, as of now, I can train my brain. I can get on the train, okay, to paradise, to Newtown, to wherever it is that I might want to go. And then look, very capstone card of your reading, number 3 major arcana comes in, the Empress, right? You can have what you want. You can be what you want. You can go where you want. You can say what you want, as long as we're able to get over the lower vibrational fears, okay? And as long as we're able to make sure that we're not root bound, that we're not stuck in our own constructs. And what this takes is a breakthrough. You got to use this sword. You got to use this analytical mind to smash through the illusion, to smash through the mirage that you are a product of your circumstance, because nothing could be further from the truth, my friends. You will be in a situation where you will be in awareness of that you are the creator of that circumstance. Almost like these ladies have their hairdos going on here. I just wanted to point out, like, you see their hairdos, right? Every time you go to the hair salon, the hair saloost. I don't know if that's a word. It is now. The hair saloost will be like, I think I should do this for you. And they just go nutso bonkers with their scissors. And you come out of the hair salon being like, oh my God, what the hell I did not want you to do that to my hair, right? And then you feel like, oh, I'm a victim of my circumstance. I should have never trusted that lady to do my hair, right? This is the furthest thing that I wanted to have happen. But if you stay in it, and you stay in your center, and you stay in your power, your life can be much like how you style your hair. You put the creative touches on it. You're the one that decides what color it is, what shape it is, how long it is, how long you go before you change your hairstyles. All of it can be used as a metaphor, and you think, if you want to change, if you want to grow, then see that within yourself and begin to grow. But it cannot happen It cannot happen if you stay in the lower vibrationals and be very affected by the things and the fears of others. So that's the main thing to watch for as we go through 2020 and 2021. All right, my friends, born on the cusp of Virgo Libra, it was always a pleasure to read for you. And again, I wish you the best in all things. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. And to those of you, sorry for the music, to those of you in the chat room, oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. I see Deirdre. I see Cheryl. I see JK. I see Gloria B. So nice to have you all here. Let's see who else is here. I see Sangaya. I see Jennifer. Zafin, welcome. Valentina. Good to see you, everyone. Thanks for coming in. And it feels just right. I know it's Mystic Sundays, but it's here on a Saturday because I can't be here tomorrow. I got a lot going on. So give me a minute. I'll get my pen and paper out and let's begin. Let's get right into the free live readings. Well, thanks, JK. Are you born? Is it your birthday? Hi, Jennifer. Is it your birthday, JK? I forgot to wish them a happy birthday. That was a reading for our friends on the Virgo Libra Cusp, as we generally tend to do and love to do. Everybody, as Jennifer is tarot positive free, if you love free tarot, and I know you do, don't forget to check out Jennifer. She's a member here. She also has her own YouTube channel. And it's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place that you can go to get a reading. Just give me a minute, everybody. I gotta catch my wind. Namaste, everyone. Oh, 21st of September. So you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that reading. I'm glad it resonated for you. That's awesome. Well, happy birthday, because I probably won't see you again. Until then, JK. That's great. Happy birthday. All right, we're going to take them as we come, because that's why I like to do it. I'm going to write down the names. Members always go first. It's just a rule I have. So Jennifer, we got Jennifer. We've got Sangaya. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Sangaya. Good to see you. Awesome. And your badges are starting to change, everybody. That's wonderful. Thank you to our loyal listeners and network affiliates. Then we've got Valentina. We've got JK. I feel like I just read for JK. Haha, just kidding. Wait. I see what you did there. Zafin. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Zafin Prime. Optimist. The Eternal Optimist. Optimus Prime. All right. And Deirdre. It's good to have you here, Deirdre. It's been a while. Glad you came back. Hopefully everything's going well for you, Deirdre. Gloria B. Hello, Gloria B. Good to have you here. Good to see you. All right. Our relation turned sour real quick. My cousin is a Gemini, and we're currently having a feud with one another. Huh. Interesting the way that comes out. Okay, so I've got Jennifer, Sangaya, Valentina, JK, Zafin, Deirdre, Gloria B. Hi, Manuel. Manuel16. Sagittarius R. Hi, Sagittarius R. Sagittarius R. Where are we? I don't even know what's going on. Emmanuel16. I'm just going to put E16. Good to have you here, Emmanuel. Good to see you today. And Lenimus. I see you there, Lenimus. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for jumping in and saying hi. All right. Let's begin. Jennifer, are you still here? Will I get a better job? Great question. Great question. Everybody wants a better job, right? Everybody's working for the weekend. Hi, C Portal. I see you there. I'm well, thank you very much. Thank you for asking. I'll check you in here right after I talk to Jennifer's Tarot Positive Free. She's up first today on the Loyal Listeners Hotline. Hotline. Sea Portal and Lemonus, please let me know where you're calling from. I always love to talk to the new people. All you got to do is type in where you're calling from, and I'll write your name down on the list, and then you just have to be a little bit patient. That's all I ask for. Will Jennifer get a new job soon? Show me Jennifer's new job. All right. Today we're using the Tarot Illuminati Tarot. Nothing scary about it. It's just good cards, good friends, good fun, always. The King of Pentacles. All right, there you are. You are the master of your sea, Jennifer. Okay. And the Hermit card reversed. And the Three of Swords. These cards are saying that you may have to wait unless you're willing to take drastic action. If you do not take any kind of like big action or make any big moves, these cards are saying that the energy is going to sort of stay in flux. It's going to sort of stay, it will be somewhat dynamic, but I don't see this. This is an initiative where I don't see the opportunity unless you cue the universe, you cue source, you cue the higher self, and that's QUE. Like you actually cue them being like, all right, I've set this in my future timeline, this new job, and now I'm putting some momentum behind it and I'm going to walk towards that. As of yet, Jennifer, I don't feel that you have taken necessarily such action, okay? So this is going to be a thing here. It's like what we put in is exactly equivalent to what we get out. And it works like this not only in the real world, money, dating, life, etc., but there are certain cosmic laws of the universe. The Justice card is here reinforcing all of this. And it says, right, if more money is what you seek, then begin to actively seek out more money. If a change of habit and a change of lifestyle is what you seek, then begin to seek that out. Okay? If healing your heart versus maybe like accomplishing goals or using any kind of job or career path as a means to an end is what you seek, this card is for you because we haven't asked about dating. This is all about goal setting. All right. Perhaps you have set that I'll take a job when it comes along as long as it's more than what I have now. Well, unfortunately, Source doesn't really understand that. It's very important for you to set for yourself a certain target or a certain goal so that these swords no longer need to hold you back. They no longer need to cross off or roadblock or block off your path to that happening. That you can actually say, my goal is 50K a year, 70K a year, 90K a year, whatever that might be. So then, once you have that set, the new job, the new career path, the new task, activity, or path, whatever it might be, to take you from 50K a year to 70K a year. Maybe the money isn't motivating you. I think it might be. We've got a King of Pentacles here. It's always an important aspect when it comes to job or trading your time for money, which is what a job is. For this, it's more about the Hermit. Okay, the 9, the need for change, the need to step out of the same old routine, the same old humdrums. This comes from expanding your search and cueing the universe that this is what you really want. And I feel that you may have thought about what you would like to do, but you still limit those thoughts being by, these are the only things that I know how to do. These are the only things that I really feel comfortable doing. And this is what's creating that bubble, or in essence, creating a bit of these roadblocks for you. So what I'm saying, Jennifer, in regards to your question, will you get a better job soon? You need to cue yourself and you need to cue the universe exactly what it is that you want, okay, why you want it, and if the motivation is enough to bring you to a point where you're unwilling to accept the same things day after day. You wake up, you go to work, you come home, you feel tired, so you plop down on the couch. But for you, you do your YouTube channel, which is very excellent. But even after a time, you'll be like, well, I feel like I need more. So this is where the old drawing board, ever heard that old cliche? Let's go back to the old drawing board, right? And create this actual plan. And it starts with a driving question. It starts with a question. What is it that I want? What do I want? And then under that, there's a list of supporting questions. Well, what do I need to do there? What am I willing to do that? How much time am I willing to invest? What sacrifices am I willing to make, right? Now, when we ask for a better job, remember, there's always certain things that when we transition in career path, that there are trade-offs. Some things are a little bit tougher at first before they get easier. Sometimes it's a learning curve about what you're actually doing. For some people, it's like a longer commute. For other people, it's like having to deal with the nitpicky dodo bird brains, being the new person at work and all this sort of stuff. But I don't see this troubling you so much because as a co-conscious creator, Jennifer, I think all this really is the law of the universe, the law of vibration, saying to you, elevate your vibration to a level so it signifies to the universe that you have outgrown your current job, your current position. And it comes to a point where you stand up and you say, these floors are dirty as hell and I'm not going to sweep them anymore. And don't actually do that at work. But when you come home at the end of the day, maybe it's half an hour, maybe it's an hour and a half, where you devote your time and your undivided attention strictly to this process of elaborately creating and visualizing and writing down, writing down exactly what you're going to do. And you may decide, you got to jump in your car right after work and go somewhere to investigate it, to research it, and all this stuff, because the universe is showing it in this time of flux for 2020 anyways, at least through to November. It's not going to be opening up any kind of new portals to you until it shows that you're ready to grow out of that, and you're ready to sort of elevate your vibration to a point where you need Source to provide for you again, because as it stands now, Source looks and sees you going to work, having enough, doing your YouTube channel, having lots of fun, and Source and the universe goes, Jennifer's fine. Why would I trouble her with a different commute, with a new task, with a new learning curve, with new people in a new work environment? Why would I trouble Jennifer with all that? Not knowing maybe deep down in your heart that you're not satisfied with what that is providing with you right now, and that's why in your question it comes out as a better job. Something more rewarding, and whatever your motivation is. So cue that to Source. Whether you like to pray, that's perfect. Whether you like to meditate and visualize, that's perfect too. Whatever it is that you do, and then complement that with some serious action. And then universe is going to be like, whoa, what is she doing down there? Well, Jupiter is going to lean over his old throne there and go, holy moly, Jennifer's running over to the east side, the west side. She's looking up on the interwebs, these things and this thing, and she's doing her research. Well, let's pave a way for her. Let's get the angels in there to kick some ass and pave a way for her. Okay, Jennifer? Wonderful. Perfect. Thanks so much for your question today. Always a pleasure to read for you. A network affiliate over there at Jennifer's Tarot Positive Free. All right. So good to see you today. All right, a couple new people here. I see C Portal calling in from California. What's up, West Coast? Elenimus all the way from Denmark. Good to see you. I've got you both written down. I'll do the list here in just a second. And then I see Colleen. Hey, good to see you, Colleen. Colleen, I'm going to write you down in on the list here. And if you're just a little bit patient with us today, man, Mercury retrograde's coming. And I already can't even get my tongue around my teeth to say the words that my brain wants to push out my mouth. All right. You're welcome, Jennifer. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see anything just kind of folding over for you just automatically, but do some signaling and you'll get there. You'll get there. It might not come till the new year, but I think it's going to come for you as soon as you get on that right path. Okay? All right. Oh, yes. And Atenea. I've got Atenea written down. All right, perfect, Atenea. So it goes like this. I'm looking to speak with Sungaya, then Valentina, JK, Zafan Prime, Deirdre, Gloria, Sagittarius R, Emmanuel 16, Lenimus all the way from Denmark, C Portal from California, Colleen Fitzpatrick, and Atena BH. Good to have you here. And don't worry, if your name seems all the way down on the list, don't worry. Not everybody all the time always shows up for their readings on time, so it may go by very quickly. And don't you worry your pretty little heads off. All right, so we'll just give Sungaya a moment or two to see if she's still here. And if she is, we'll read for her. And then if not, I'm also looking for Valentina and JK. Oh yeah, it's 99.9, everybody. Good vibes all the time. Thanks for joining us. I'm so happy to see everybody today. You all make my heart super warm and fuzzy inside. So nice to be here. All right. I feel like Sungaya might have had to bounce. Valentina's here with hearts all over her emoji. So Valentina, why don't you go ahead and post? Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Scorpio, a Virgo rising, Venus in Scorpio. All right, here we go. We're getting down to the juice and the nitty-gritty and the meat of the situation. Valentina first says, what are Carlo's feelings and next moves towards me? There's currently no communication. I don't know what to expect from now moving forward. I'm leaving this situation in God's hands. That's a good idea. That is a very, very good idea. Let's pull some cards, though, to see what's going on. For Carlo, first name Monty. Just kidding. Valentina, good to have you. Whoa. All right, Valentina, I asked what, if anything, is Carlo going to do in regards to you in the very near future. We've shuffled up the cards. We've cut them up. Let's see what we get here. Queen of Cups reversed. Well, someone's feeling a little bit selfish. Me. Mine. Reversal on the Judgment card. Okay. Reversal on the Page of Wands. Yeah, you guys are yeah. If there's no communication, if there's no contact, I don't really see anything coming. To be honest with you, we've got reversal on these major cards. These cards tell me Judgment reversed, number 20, number 21 major arcana. This is the end of the major arcana showing up here in your reading, okay? It's time to move on. It's time to let that sun go down on that situation, okay? Princess of Wands, how are we going to do it? Well, it comes from saying, you know what? I loved him. I liked him. I opened my heart. I showed him my world, okay? All this sort of stuff, okay? But now you're taking it all back. Now you're recognizing that you're worth more than having your emotional well-being set. Not only, you can put it in God's hands. You can put, Carlo's best wishes. You can pray for Carlo. You can meditate for Carlo to have good things, right? But this is saying, like, in your heart of hearts, okay? Queen of Hearts is even here. In your heart of hearts, it's time for this cycle to close. It's time for you to move on, and it's time to shut this one down and end this one off. Because, frankly, my dear, frankly, my darling, okay, She's up here. She's saying, you know, this was a situation where somebody wanted more of life, right? To what end, it doesn't matter. But I feel like Carlo might be in a very selfish place right now. Well, selfishness is not necessarily bad. I mean, I'm a double Scorpio. I know all about selfishness. How, like, you know, taking care of business, taking care of yourself. Like, that's a very important thing. And being a little bit greedy over your time and being like, well, I don't really feel like sharing. I don't really want to share right now. I'm not open to this situation. But to be very frank with you, I don't really see Carlo making a move, and the cards are indicating at the end of the major arcana, it's time to close this chapter, and it's time to move on from this situation. You're detached. That's good. That's good. So just like when you find yourself thinking about Carlo, okay, don't go down the rabbit hole. Don't jump into that thinking, right? And it's okay to process being like, I don't know what to expect from him, but I think that you might just be worrying yourself about the situation because the cards are saying that this is like, these paths are diverging. They're going separate ways, so it's time to close the chapter on this book. It doesn't mean that you won't ever hear from him again. It just means that due to the laws of polarity, it's not going to be as though you trying to think about him or you wondering about him all the time is going to give him sort of that telepathic energy to be like, oh, maybe I should call up Valentina and things of this nature. And I can't remember, because I think I've read for you and Carlo before. I can't necessarily remember exactly what I've mentioned, but it does have this feeling of like a door closing or the cycle ending, or it's time for you to close this once and for all for your mind so it doesn't keep going down that same old rabbit hole. Okay? 100%. Okay, thanks, Valentina. Very good to hear from you today. Appreciate you. Okay. Oh my God, is this the test that never ends, Saruchi? We only have, what is this, 9 more days to answer? 9 more days, and then we never have to answer this question again? I'm just kidding. Thanks for the super chat, Saruchi. Good to see you here today. The list goes like this. Saruchi is up next with her super chat. Then it goes JK, Zafin, Deirdre, Gloria, Sagittarius R, E16, Lenimus, C Portal, Colleen, Fitzpatrick, and Antonia. You're welcome. All right, Valentina, good for you. I wish you success in that. I totally hope that you can catch yourself from falling down the rabbit hole when it comes to those thought patterns, because I know it can be hard. A lot of emotion, a lot of time went into this. The major arcana says it's time to move on. Okay? 100%. Yes, never after this. You're silly. You're so silly. Okay, and you wanted to know... What you wanted to know? Will I score 520 to 527? Let's have a look at that, Sushi. Okay. And thanks so much. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, aren't they? Are the diamonds a girl's best friend? We got 1-4. That's a 5, right? 10, 11, plus 3. Oh, wait, that's only 14. That's only 14. Look at all these diamonds coming up. We're going to use numbers to get to the bottom of this situation. Let's see what's going on. You're so locked up in your mind about this. Yeah, it's saying, because we read for this before and I saw you getting it. I think I read for this twice and I saw you getting this. But the 8 of Swords here and up in your reading, it's being like, if you don't stop worrying about it, you're not going to achieve to your highest potential. Okay, because worry will destroy your highest potential. The worry will come in and subtract from your total overall ability to score well, to get that high score. Okay? I see the offer from Mayo coming in. Lots of diamonds here. Okay, lots of earthly things, you having what you want, being what you want, getting what you want. The Queen of Coins, the Ace of Pentacles, new job, right? That is the first card up. So I see you getting into Mayo, regardless of the score. Look, Ace of Hearts, doing what you love here as well. But you're overthinking, you're taking away from yourself, right? Anytime you worry about the results, you're taking away. I would encourage you to just go and do it and not become attached to the outcome, because you will only disappoint yourself when you attach yourself to the outcome. And this is just kind of like common wisdom, common knowledge. But if it takes a 520 to a 527 to get you the offer from Mayo, I see you getting that, because I see the offer from the Mayo still coming in. All right, not the relish or the mustard, but the Mayo. Okay, not the Frank's red hot sauce. I put that shit on everything, but it's not. But the Mayo thing is there. As far as the test scores, that's still in a bit of flux, because the more you worry about them, the more you're going to subtract from your overall best potential, Saruchi. Okay, 100%. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Diamonds are forever, right? 100%. So I see the job from Mayo still being there. All right. As far as the test score, I think I read for that twice and saw it. The numbers didn't confirm it. I think because the 8 of Swords was there, and being like, this lady is beating herself in the brains with a baseball bat, being attached to the outcome, being attached to the expectation. So don't do that, silly. Don't do that. Just focus on what you can focus on. Right? We can look at cards and we can read for potential outcomes, but what we have direct control over is what I would really like you to focus on, and then you'll be able to achieve that score no problem. Okay? All right, Saruchi, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Hi, Jasmine. I'll check you in. I got you there. All right. And JK says, I would like to know, Jazzy B and Skarika. I'm going to check a couple more of our awesome friends in. Hi, Jazzy B. Hi, Skarika. Good to see you, Jazzy B and Skarika. All right. Skarika comes in with her big badge. All right. So, Skarika, you're going to get bumped right to the top of the list. Members got the inside scoop. Thanks for being a part of the Loyal Listeners Club, Skarika. I appreciate that. I would like to know what my hidden talents or strengths are, please, if that's possible. I think it's possible. Whoa. Whoa. All right, we're going to take these popcorn flyers. Okay. Visualization. Okay. Strength. Strength is a strength. Physical endurance and strength. And empathy. At the end of the day, you are an empath. You're a strong visualizer. Sometimes you move too quick. You're too hasty, but that's okay. That's the energy of the nature of the world that we live in. Can force us into these Knight of Swords moment. What I see these is your fortitude, your resolve, okay? When you see something that you want, you go for it. You go after it, JK, and I like that. You very rarely, I feel, hold back on things that are important to you. So that is a very positive trait to have. And this combined with empathy means that you do it in a way that doesn't leave people like trampled underfoot, all right? Physical strength. I don't know, maybe you feel like you need to work on becoming like physically stronger, maybe. Maybe this is yoga, a workout routine, or doing something to like strengthen your overall health, okay? The strength card, when we ask what your talents are, you may be able to commune with nature, the animal kingdom, and other people in a healing way. Your words may be very healing, and you may find a hidden strength there. But I would say visualization is a strength, okay? You may be working on your overall physical strength, or maybe abilities in regards to healing, okay? Or connecting with the animal kingdom. And again, empathy is a huge one here. And actually, you may be quite the little matchmaker. You might be the type of person that like is able to like set your friends up with like other people, or you just find like when you're in a room, other people like tend to fall in love. Maybe not necessarily with you, but with one another, which is really cool. I like that. Okay. So hopefully, yeah. And these are some really good gifts to have. And these are maybe just where you're like consciously focused on right now, but these are things that will never really let you down. Going after what you want is very good as long as you keep your altruistic, empathetic self in governance over how it is that you get what you want. And I don't see you duping other people or screwing other people over, which is fine. But maybe, again, this could be a situation where you're working on patience. You might not be the most patient person in the world, but this is a virtue that you're working towards, maybe within this strength. Two of Wands here is perfect. I like that for visualization. You may find that your dreams, you may find that waking moments of your day, you like wonder, like you look back on or have a memory and you're like, was that real or was that a dream? And those areas become blurred, which is, again, why the strength card becomes so important. We just don't want to turn into an absent-minded dreamer all our life, or think like we want to find ways that we can apply these gifts in everyday 3D living, hopefully to make the world a better place, not only for you, but for everybody around. So that's what I see there, JK. So good. So good. I appreciate that. Your friend told you that you're a matchmaker? An environmental lawyer. Hey, that's a good idea. I speak for the trees. Was that the Lorax? I speak for the trees. All right. List goes like this. SK Erica, then Zafon, then Deirdre, then Gloria, then Sagittarius, Emmanuel 1-6, Lemonis, C Portal, Colleen Fitzpatrick, Atania, Jasmine, Jazzy, and Jazzy B. DJ Jazzy B. Oh, and Dusty Blue is here. Hi, Dusty. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Just give me a minute, everyone. You get ahead in your mind. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Let's shuffle up the cards here for SK Erica. It says, where am I going? What's the block? And what's the outcome? Yes, SK Erica, we are using the Illuminati Tarot Illuminati, whatever have you. Okay. Where the hell are we going? What's the block and what's the outcome? Straight up. All right. All right. We're going to a place where we're actually going to be making sense out of everything that's happening. Okay. Six of Pentacles reverse. It means that nothing's making sense right now. It means like, why does everything seem so wackadoodle? It shows where you're going is to a place where you're treated more fairly. Right now, you may feel as though you are treated unfairly, or perhaps you actually are being treated unfairly, and you're looking to move away from this place. So, a fair and equal treatment. It's very hard to find people anymore that are willing to give you an equal slice of the pie. You may be looking to align yourself with new community, with new people, with new friendships. I see where you're going is a place where you're breaking away from old friends. What is the block? King of Cups reverse. Right? How does it go? I've been gone for a month and I've been drunk since I left, says the King of Cups. Bad habits. Bad habits are the block here. You will probably know your own bad habits better than I could try to surmise through the tarot. But with the King of Cups reversed there is absolutely overindulgence, the lack of moderation. Okay? That's what's happening. Okay? And what are the outcomes? Putting an end to circles of gossip, putting an end to circles of needing validation through other people. Okay? And again, maybe this is an escape from groupthink. Is what you're the heart of the matter, or what you're getting to. Okay. Yes, these are all reversals. Okay. Which means this is a mirrored energy. You're at a time where you're like recuperating, I feel, recovering, or retreating even a little bit from the energies that have been not really thrust upon you, but they've kind of been draped upon you. Like you are the coat rack and everybody comes into the party and they throw their coat on the coat rack, and pretty soon the coat rack gets to feeling a little bit heavy, being like, why do you always throw all your stuff on me, right? I don't necessarily have the strength to deal with your problems and my problems, right? So maybe you're putting an end to all this. Maybe what it is that you're moving away from unfair situations. You're doing it by breaking bad habits or temptations to go and just do this where, I'm maybe not going to feel the best for it the next day, and that sort of situation. Or perhaps you've been following a routine or a regimen that promised you all kinds of good results and good things, but it's just not working for you. You just don't see the results. So you may be deciding to give up on some of that stuff or to try out new things in regards to that. And the Princess of Swords here, I definitely see the outcome being of maybe a younger friend or somebody that you separate from, that you take a break from, that you step back from, or you step away from a situation. Could be an air sign, doesn't necessarily have to be, but I feel as though this is a younger person with an immature mindset who you don't necessarily pander or cater to this person, but you may on subtle levels enable this person. These two, when they show up about this is all about enabling and bad habits. So be aware or be on the lookout for those sort of things, okay, SK Erica? So as far as where you're going, I hope that with this 6 of Pentacles that's up here, no matter which way it comes, is to a place where you're treated more fairly, or that you find the strength to give yourself the permission to treat yourself more fairly, or to not become that other people's coat rack, not to be, other people's sounding board. And that might be a big part of your personality. To hear me say that, be like, that's not me. That's never me. I'm always there for my friends. I will always make time for these people. And that's just not me. Don't be surprised when the coat rack suddenly decides to snap or to break under the weight of the pressure of it all, right? And those sorts of things. So you may be saying goodbye to certain people. Or certain people may be saying goodbye to you because the universe is recognizing that you need a break from them or from that particular situation. Okay, SK Erica? Thank you so much. Good to have you on the program tonight. Always good to see you. It's always fun, always free, always live. It's 99.9 Tarot Time on Mystic Saturdays, which is normally Mystic Sundays, but today it's Mystic Saturdays, all that kind of thing. Yes, we do. We have a very unhappy camper. All right. Alrighty. I see some new faces in the room. I see MW. Hi, MW. Hello, Gazelle. Good to see you today, Gazelle. So glad you decided to go live, Gazelle. Maybe that's the habit in itself. Maybe the old social media is the habit in itself. You can all ask a question. You just have to wait till you're called if you are patient enough. Did I miss anybody there? I hope I didn't miss anyone there. All right. Good stuff. Looking to talk to Zaffin Prime or Deirdre. I'll just give Zaffin Prime or Deirdre a minute. Well, hey, thank you so much, SK Erica. You always have that privilege now with the loyal listeners badge. Good to see you here today. It's wonderful. And don't worry, if your name seemed like it's way down on the list, don't worry, a lot of people don't show up for their readings at their slotted time. Goes like this. The list goes like this. Zaffin Prime, Deirdre, Gloria, Sagittarius R, Manuel 16, Lenimus, C Portal, Colleen Fitzpatrick, Atania, Jasmine Moore, Jazzy B, MW, and Gazelle. So good to see you, Gazelle. So glad it went well. Hey, if you got a free reading here, if you're in line for a free reading, if you resonate with the readings, don't forget to hit the like button. Helps me out so much. All right, I don't know if Zafin or Deirdre is here, so I'm going to ask if Gloria or Sagittarius are in the situation room. So here's one for you guys. This new moon was a Virgo. This new moon in Virgo. This is like, how many of you felt like revitalized, re-energized with this new moon? Felt like you were actually able to get some traction in on a new fresh start. One or two things are going to happen. People are going to feel like extra butthurt, or they're going to feel extra optimistic about things in this particular moon cycle. As this moon waxes towards the next full moon, which I think is October 1 or October 2, you're going to see rising optimism in some people and falling pessimism in other people. So stay very alert, stay very keen to it, and you'll be able to like kind of navigate your ship and not bring yourself down in lower vibrations. Gloria B says, I would like to know what's coming in towards me in the next 2 weeks. Don't worry, that's not my baby. That is not my baby. I would like to know what's coming towards me in the next 2 weeks. Okay, sorry, Gloria. I just had to kind of clear everything out there for a second. Oh, I knew you got a little bonus card here. All right. Into the great wide open. The Wheel of Fortune here is saying anything could happen, and I can see why, because you've got a 4 of Wands and a 5 of Wands up here with the King of Wands. Something that's going to happen to you in the next 2 weeks is dependent almost on some other person's action. I don't know if there's someone you see, someone you date, or someone that you hang out with could be influencing a situation. I see an invitation coming. But there could be multiple invitations coming. There also could be a certain conflict that is arising with family for you, Gloria, okay? Which is rather interesting. You may hear word from family members, or you may be trying to be influenced by family members. There as well, there might be a situation where you're having to try to make time for everybody, and it just doesn't feel like it's working out. It's not my dog either. It's not my baby, not my dog. The King of Wands is here saying that you might decide to take a break. You might be able to go for a little bit of an escape. 4 of Wands moment coming for you here some point in the next couple weeks. So you may be able to find, like, this could be a romantic getaway. This could be a reunion with an old friend. This could be a situation where you're able to just get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Okay. A couple 10s up here in the reading as well. So this is a situation where old cycles will be reaching their completion points. Maybe you're wrapping up on projects or completing on certain situations and moving forward from there. Okay. Lots of optimism in the room. That's good to see. But this, I'm kind of interested in this situation, Gloria, where this King of Wands could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that calls up, either invites you out, or this Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius could be a situation where they're providing an obstacle for you. It might be an ultimatum. Somebody gives you an ultimatum, or you might decide to get fed up with somebody and give them an ultimatum. Okay, these are the various things that I see coming for you in the next 2 weeks. With this 10 of Pentacles here, up next to this 5 Wands, that's what indicates to me there might be a situation where there could be some doesn't necessarily have to be like conflict or competition, but there just could be like some feelings or unresolved feelings about how well you work together with family members and things of this nature, or somebody might be asking more of you than what you're willing or able to provide, or more than what you're willing or able to do for them in that situation. All right? But pleasant surprise on its way, a little escape moment, or perhaps some sort of invitation that gets you out of the house and into somewhere a little bit where you can feel like a break of the mundane lifestyle or the chain of the situation. Okay? Hopefully that made sense and resonated for you, Gloria. I'm just going to give this dog and baby a minute, this situation. Just give me a moment, everybody. You're super welcome, Gloria B. Love you lots. Thanks for coming to the program today. All right, looking to hear from Sagittarius R or Emmanuel 16. Everybody's feeling optimistic. That's good. This new moon was pretty powerful, actually, and it really kind of like opened up some possibilities for a lot of people, but it definitely enhanced or increased the exponential pessimism in others. So it could have gone one or the other way. And most people in this chat room or that know about this channel, I have a feeling it is that optimism that's growing. So that's very good. All right. Madge D, I see you there. Welcome to the show. Good to have you here. I've got you written down, and I'll be able to answer your question just as soon as it's your turn. You will be right after Gazelle Daily Tarot. List goes like this. I'm going to talk to Emmanuel 1-6 right now, then Lenimus, then C Portal, Colleen Fitzpatrick, Antonia, Jasmine Moore, Jazzy B, MW, then Gazelle, then Madge D. All right, Emmanuel 1-6 says, what will be the outcome if I move out of my current school in Sweden to another European country to continue my studies? All right, nobody knows. What will be the outcome if you move? Okay, so we're gonna do a which would you rather. Okay, if we stay or if we go. So we're gonna see this situation, and you're currently in Sweden, and that's cool. All the way from Sweden. I love Sweden. I am Hans, and this is Franz, and we are here to pump you up. Right? Or what was the other one? My name is Sven, and I come from Sweden. I'm just teasing Emmanuel or anybody out there that's Swedish. Just being silly, just having fun. All right, Emmanuel, here we go. Staying in Sweden. Princess of Swords. You'll always be left wondering what's on the other side. Ooh, moving to another country. King of Cups. You've already given this a lot of momentum, so that's good. Six of Pentacles. Staying in Sweden is going to treat you fairly, but you want more. You want more, but it's going to leave you feeling. You're pretty certain. I like this. The King of Cups with a Seven of Cups reverse. I actually see you going. You're safe and sound in this situation, but remember that the move to the other country, the end goal, or the eyes on the prize, as it were, Emmanuel 1-6, is to complete the graduation, to receive the commencement, to receive the new beginning of the Ace of Cups, in essence, falling in love with what you want to do, or putting yourself in a position where you're able to have what you want in life and be able to do and go wherever you want and whatever you want in this lifetime, because that's what the King of Cups is all about. He's the master of his seas. He's the one that kind of decides to, I do whatever I want to do, right? And he likes it that way. Staying in Sweden, you've grown out of those shoes. I don't necessarily... The outcome is the commencement, and it will happen. You're going to graduate from school either way. Okay, so there's no worry about that. If you stay, though, you're always going to be wondering, if you really had the best experience, or if you were able to make the most of your experience. And what I see here is that I actually see you going. I actually see you changing and moving to another country. All right, because it's not that you're unhappy there, but you're feeling the need for more experience and more growth. And spirit trumps that of the kind of the, I'm going to play it safe. I'm just going to play it safe, right? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? No risk, no reward. So I actually see you already putting your mind to going and moving to another country and doing it that way. And trust me, you're going to be richer for it. You're going to become more mature quicker as a result of it. Because staying in the sanctuary of your current situation is just leading to a whole bunch of what if, whereas going, it's going to be like you're going to be wrapped up. And it's like, all right, the show is on, the ponies are out of the gate, and now everything's going, and you are committed, and now you actually have to. And that's when you're going to start actually happening to life. That's going to build a lot of resolve, a lot of character, and a lot of fortitude for you to take action when action is needed, rather than sit by and wait for life to happen to you. You're kicking life in the ass, so you're going to go and happen to life, which is really cool. All right. Good stuff. All right. That's Emmanuel 1-6. Is Lenimus in the house or C Portal? And then after that, we have Colleen, Antonia, Jasmine Moore, Jazzy B, MW, Gazelle, and Madge D. But for now, I'm just going to give my lips and my tongue a little bit of a rest. And see if Lenimus or C Portal is here. Lenimus all the way from Denmark. C Portal calling us in from California right now. You know what, Emmanuel? I can relate to that all too well. All right, it's Gloria B with on the super chat line. If Cap will message me before October. All right. I called Lenimus, so Gloria B, let me just do Lenimus's question, and then we'll have a look at that really quickly. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Lenimus says, I dream of becoming a successful streamer, but a little scared it will be a failure. What do the cards say? All right, Lenimus, I'll pull you some cards, because I'm a tarot reader, and I want to give you cards. But I want to let you know, just in the nature of your question, it's okay. It's totally fair to be afraid of failure. But people often have this view of failure that it's bad, that it's wrong, that it's somehow takes away from us. But failure does none of that. Failure adds to you. Failure teaches you. Failure brings about new and good things in your life as a result of what it does. Yes, it means that the current situation did not work out to the end goal that you had designed for it, but what it does is it enhances your personal strength and fortitude so that when you begin to set these goals, you no longer begin to fear them. It's amazing to think how many people in the world are afraid to die, right? When really, if they knew themselves on a spiritual level, they would have no fear of death, okay? If people knew themselves spiritually, they would not be afraid to take risks, because failure would be seen as that strengthening option, okay? So if this is your dream to become a successful streamer, why don't we just take success and failure out of the equation? You ever balanced a chemical equation being like CO2 plus, take the electron and move it over and to the nth degree and subtract it. Let's take a couple things out of the equation so it balances out. And what I'd like to take out of the equation of your question are the words success and failure, because this is what traps the mind in the inaction, in the fear, so to speak. You have it there in the question, is one versus the other, success versus failure. They are the same thing. Success and failure are the same thing. A lot of times we need to be more afraid of success actually than we have to be afraid of failure, because if we only have success, right, then we get to a place where we feel entitled, or we feel or it can lead us to a point where we can feel like, oh, well, we didn't deserve it, right? Failure teaches us that beautiful ability to pick yourself up off the ground and dust yourself off and try something new, or to try it again, or to be persistent in the situation. So let's restructure your question for a second. I dream of becoming a streamer. Okay? What you need to do, hit the go live button, right? Whatever happens, happens, right? That way you take the fear out of the equation, right? But let's see what the cards say about your streaming. Because I would say go ahead and do it. And Lenimus, what also I have to say as well is, depending on what platform you're streaming on and what your content actually is going to be a huge thing. Like, I'm a successful streamer, but that does not show up in my YouTube analytics. I do not get 100,000 views or 1 million views. It's the tarot reader that is so brain dead that gives people who don't know themselves spiritually really simple and dumb answers. Those are the readers that get 50,000 views, 100,000 views, because there's a lot more people out in the world that are simple and don't know themselves enough spiritually. So they resonate or generate to a very simple and narrow-minded look of things, right? Whereas here, we talk about things much more in depth. We talk about things on a much higher frequency and a higher vibrational level that only a very select few are ready to hear it. Therefore, only a very select few actually find this channel and come in and talk with us. To me, that's a success. Because I'm giving back. I'm serving you guys up some free tarot. I feel like I'm doing my part, that I served somebody else in this lifetime, whether it be Antonia or you, Lenimus, or Saruchi or Gloria or anybody that comes to watch. And to me, that's what I wanted to do. It doesn't matter to me about a finer dollar figure, or if I can say I have 25,000 subscribers. That to me is the fear of failure, right? So you can take these things out of your question. And your equation, you can say, well, what is important to you? Is it important to you that the streaming venture makes money? Okay. If that's the case, you might want to look at it. Well, then you have to cater your content, and you may need some business coaching, and you may need to find a way that you can pander to the liberal globalists so they give you more impressions on YouTube or whatever it might be. But if you just want to do it because it feels good to stream, and it feels good to share what you want to share with the world. It doesn't matter if 10 people hear it, 100 people hear it, or 100,000 people hear it. The fact that you actually went out, did it, put your face or put your content on there and went out and did it, that's a success for you, okay? If you're having dreams and visions of becoming successful, that's great, okay? That's a good sign. I think you should do it no matter what, okay? But I will shuffle your cards, Lenimus, and see what you got. Okie dokie, here we go. Okie dokie pokey, here we go. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out. You put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, and you turn your streamer on. And that's what it's all about. King of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. I like that. Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay, something here indicates to me like you feel like you don't have a choice in this situation, that you know what you know, and that's what you know. Reversal on the Magician card. Let's begin there. You are a very resourceful person, Lenimus. You could watch all of the videos in the world on how to become a successful YouTuber or a successful gamer or a successful Twitch user, and you may find like, well, that doesn't really appeal to me, or that doesn't really apply to me. You may have to do some more research, okay? Because the Magician card, don't do it before you absolutely feel that you're ready, until you're feeling the confidence that you're absolutely ready, okay? And again, remember, if you start going one direction You're driving the situation. You're the streamer, not anybody else. Don't let anybody else come in and say, well, you can't do this, or you should do that, or you know what, you should try that. You can always listen to good advice. That's okay. But nobody's in control here other than you. If you're the one holding the microphone or the game controller or whatever it is, it's on Twitch gaming, you're the one, and it's your personality. So whether or not you are able to sell your personality or make your personality and your gaming attractive to others, it's a very competitive field. But don't feel that you have to just pick one thing and stick to it. Be versatile, be diversified, and be dynamic, okay? You can change things. Don't just stick to one thing and that's all that you do, because maybe you get tired of streaming that one thing and then you're like, well, nobody came out and watched it, I'm going to give up. That's the only thing that could be your failure. If you start and then give up, that's failure. That's what you're afraid of yourself giving up. And that's entirely up to you, Two of Pentacles, whether or not you start and whether or not you give up. So the power is in your hands is what this is really saying. And we've got the card of nurture here. So if you've got, maybe you've got some other things on the go. Maybe you have to go to school or go to work or take care of somebody in your family, and you maybe only get a little bit of time to stream and to game, right? And that's not enough time to nurture it. So you don't see the growth maybe in your channel or of your stream right away. That could cause you to give up. But you have to think of this as, this is not your entire life. This is going to become a part of your life. And that's okay, because the only time it would ever be a failure is if you said, I hate this. I'm never going to do it again. This is stupid. And I made a mistake by ever starting. That's the only way you could ever fail, my friend. Okay? But if you're looking to make money out of this, you got to be in it for the long haul. That's what the King of Pentacles is saying, all right? He's reversed. This is something that's not going to pay all of your bills tomorrow, okay? And I don't feel that that's what you should measure your success up to. I don't necessarily think that you're doing that, but I just wanted to reiterate that this is going to be something that you're in it for the long haul. You need to build your personality is almost like, you need to build that recognition. You need to put in the time, and you need to keep banging your head against that wall. You need to keep knocking on those doors of opportunity, whatever game it is or whatever. As you grow, as you become a wiser person, as you become a better video game player, things will improve, right? But if you step in on the platform and you measure yourself against other people right away and you feel as though you don't measure up, that's something that you have done that's going to increase the chances of you wanting to give up. And remember, you can only fail if you decide to give up. All right? Hopefully that makes sense. So hopefully we like to see this person coming up here being resourceful. Don't start until you're ready. Okay? Build an empire, as most gamers typically do. All right? I know for me, and in talking to everybody here in the chat room, the few people that come to watch, it's always a pleasure to do it. I love you guys. I wouldn't leave you guys. But I mean, I've got kids. I've got school. I got a job, like a regular job. I've got all this stuff on the go. But I still love to come in and make time and do this because this is important to me. And I don't ever want to give up. Even if I scratched off the winning lotto ticket, I'd still come on Sundays or once a week or however much I could just to say hi to all the amazing people that have stayed with me for a couple years, because to me, that's a success. I don't want to let myself down, but I don't want to try and measure myself up against these other people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, because if I do that, I would just drive myself batshit crazy, right? Why am I not as successful as Tyler Tarot's or whoever's tarot channel this is that has 1 million subscribers? Well, I already know, silly, because it's like everybody loves bread, but not everybody's ready for this, so to speak. So it's not a failure, okay? 100%. All right, Lenimus in Denmark, come join us anytime. Thanks so much for being here today, and I wish you success. Absolutely. Okay. C Portal, Colleen Fitzpatrick, Antonia, Jasmine Moore, Jazzy B, MW Gazelle, and Maj D. These are the people that are on the list so far. I am a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio and I'm okay. I work all night and I fuck all day. Oh, sorry. Did I say that? I'm sorry. It's the law of polarity. It's been kicking in ever since this Virgo new moon. It could be like evil legend. We'll have because legend is like just a happy ding dong. Hi, Josh, Jashika. Good to see you. Um, Maybe one day I'll have to let you guys see the other side of me. I'll have like a tarot hour where it's like, come in and get ripped apart by the tarot reader. Come in and just get absolutely shut down and shamed by the evil tarot reader. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Okay, Jashika, good to see you here. Give me a minute, everybody. I'm just going to play a little bit of tune, have a little drink. And then I think if Colleen is still here, or C. Partle, and then maybe it'll be Atania's turn. Am I married? Do I look fucked in the head? I'm just kidding. I said the F-bomb twice now. I'll stop it, I promise. I'm not crazy. Some men get married, and some men are sane. Hey, Colleen, I see you. Go ahead and drop your question, Colleen. Good to have you here today. Also Scorpio. Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Scorpio, Virgo rising, Venus in Scorpio. Oh yeah, Glory be. Sorry, I totally forgot. Oh yeah, Glory be. On the Capricorn. Yes, sorry everybody. Colleen, just hang out. I would like to know if Cap will message me before October. Okay. You're right. I should have said people. Some people get married and some people are sane. All right. I asked if the Capricorn would be messaging you or contacting you within the next 2 weeks, okay? Because we're here on the 19th, so it might be just a little bit into October, but I asked for 2 weeks. Okay, let's see what's going on, Joshika. King of Pentacles, there he is, Capricorn. Ooh, Queen, look at this, came up. Look at this. Princess of Swords, no second guessing. This is a yes for me. Because these guys are reversed, and these are my wanderers. Oh, they call me the wanderer. You're not going to have to wonder, okay? And I'm not sure if you're a fire sign, but this King of Pentacles is definitely coming back and is attracted in. This is a yes for me, Gloria B. I think this person is reaching out and making themselves known to you. I think you guys have a little bit of a history, okay? Or there's something that needs to be attended to, some communication or words that need to be said. Yeah, this is definitely happening. As far as a timeline goes here, I don't really get a sense of a particular time, but it should be happening really soon. You guys are a good match. Whether you are business partners or lovers, I don't know the necessary things in this situation. You're a fire sign. This is how it came out. So this is a yes to me. Things moving a little bit slowly. It might not come until the very end of the month. And I don't know what your situation is, like why you're left wondering if this person is going to contact you. Do they have a history of ghosting and then coming back, or do they just Capricorns? They can get into stuff and forget about people, and then all of a sudden remember them and want to hang out with them. And this sort of situation, I'm not sure why you're not more of a priority, but it says whether you know it or not, you are a priority to this person. I really get a sense of that. Okay, and maybe this person has, I don't know. It's not kids of their own or little ones of this situation, but things are going to slow down for them, and then they're going to be looking at reaching out or spending more time with you. Okay, so that's a yes for me. All right. It's good stuff. So thank you for the super chat, Glory B. I think this person is reaching out to you towards the end of the month. I see the Capricorn there and the King of Pentacles and the fire sign together. Okay. And I don't know why those other two ding-dongs. It's just because you're not left wondering. I'm not sure why you were wondering in the first place. I don't know that this person necessarily ghosts, but maybe this is just a situation where you have a typical man that doesn't always necessarily give you the sense that you're the priority. And you should be. You're a very beautiful lady, Gloria. Look at that. No problem. Hopefully that works out. Hopefully that actually comes to pass. Okay, Gloria, very sweet of you. Colleen, you're up now. Sorry, I almost forgot about the super chat. He did ghost you. I think he's just into a project. I don't know why. Like, it seems like you're important to this person. But Capricorn can be very much like that. I almost want to tell you to get used to it. But that's a horrible thing to say, isn't it? That's a terrible thing to say. That situation. What are my messages or guidance do my spirits have for me, either with love or school or work? I'm open to receiving and ready. Okay, thanks, Colleen. Let's have a look. So for school and work, what I saw when I closed my eyes, Colleen, was a starfish on a beach. Can the music, Charlie? It's way too loud. Okay, I'll just repeat that. So what I saw when I closed my eyes in regards to spirit messages, work and school, it showed a starfish on the beach. So what that lets me know is, like, you might feel sometimes as if you just, like, kind of appeared or washed up on the shore. Spirit is saying to take a little bit more control right now, Colleen, to be less influenced by just kind of like the changing of the tides sort of thing. They're saying that you have an ability. I don't know if you haven't lived up to your fullest potential. Okay, that's a horrible thing to say too. And it's not that you haven't, I don't think. It's just that with the starfish on the beach, it's like, it's a reflection of the stars in heaven. The starfish on the beach is there. The stars in the heaven will always be there. The starfish on the beach, however, could be washed away very easily, right? Work and school, this stuff seems very hard and important, and spirit recognizes your conscious mind's attachment to your work and your school, and the value and the importance that you place on it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But spirit's saying there's really not much that spirit has to say about work or school at this time, because this is more about Colleen the beautiful monkey Fitzpatrick. This is her choice. This is her life. This is her will. This is her experience. This is her testimony. These are her choices, right? So Spirit is saying, we hold back. We reserve the right to remain silent when it comes to work or school. All right. And as far as the guidance goes, is saying you don't necessarily have to be like the starfish on the beach, right? You can be more like the stars in heaven above. When you look to the stars, it's saying, remember that you're looking down on yourself. You're the reflection of the stars. It's like you're looking up at the stars, but the stars are looking down at you and seeing themselves. Does that make sense? There's a greater purposeness in spirit, I guess, than perhaps what you're currently aware of, is what they're saying. It's like, if you could only realize, and it's very hard for our brains to do this, but it comes in time. If you could only realize your place at the table in the grandeur of paradise, bliss, and eternity, this life would seem very trivial. It would feel like we were at like a shitty Hotel 6 in the south side of Chicago. We sure as hell wouldn't want to stay there very long. We got cockroaches and weirdos running around, and we got all these things that, sometimes we have to like be concerned about or worried about. But if we could only look at ourselves from a position where spirit sees us, right? The stars looking down, you looking up at the stars, being like, oh, it's wonderful and beautiful. It's all so magical to be here. But the stars looking down on you and being like, look at the beautiful flower, Colleen, growing up, getting all this experience and being strengthened for the next to come back up and to remain as a star in heaven. It would all seem so very silly, or it would seem also very trivial, right? And it's not necessarily that you have to trivialize the things that you used to put importance on, like your work and your school. You don't want to trivialize that. You don't want to minimalize that. You want to keep those things important because you don't want to just be like some airy dreamer that just winds up in Arkham Asylum or the loony bin like this guy. But what you want is a very fulfilling and rewarding experience here in life. So the best that you can do to align your happiness, I guess, is the we don't have a better word for it, fulfillment or what do they call it? Rolling Stones, satisfaction, right? The best we can align our satisfaction with as many moments of our waking life as we can. That's what Spirit is kind of edging you and pushing you towards as well. Let me pull a few tarot here because technically we are a tarot channel. Welcome, Shanimal. All right, I asked what extra messages Spirit. Oh, that card slipped out. Oh my goodness, we have to keep. That's a keeper. The Chariot. Oh, this is beautiful. What do you know about ancient Greece? What do you know about ancient Greece? Okay, every day Apollo would get up. Apollo would wake up and he'd wrangle up those horses and he would drive the chariot of the sun across the sky, right? And he was the only one that could do it. He's the only one that knew how. So at the end of the day, Spirit is letting me know through this Chariot card that when it comes to the future, there is no other oracle or message that needs to come from anyone, anywhere outside of you. It's also saying to work on your ability to listen, actually listen and hear the crackle of the eternity of the universe and what Spirit is saying. It's like you could become an active audience to Spirit and not need an intermediary. This could be like a spiritual gift that you have. You've got the Judgment card up here as well, 2020. They also want to say everything that's going on right now will eventually subside. Whatever arises subsides. Everything is waves, okay? Everything is waves. So 2020, moving through 2020, don't be dismayed at the lack of fulfillment that we're able to have right now. And actually, it's a good time to start new things, whether it's love, whether it's work, whether it's school, whether it's a plan for your future. Don't wait for society to get back to normal to start doing what you want to do. Start doing it now. You're given an extra window. And that, again, we talked about this Virgo new moon, how like people either got a boost of optimism, big ups, raise the roof, or people had an even bigger pity party for themselves. I'm butthurt about the situation, right? COVID and the COVID brain. Okay, this is a new thing that's coming out. I just invented it. It's called the COVID brain, right? People will, with this time that we've had in 2020, with this sort of overall like judgment call about the blind leading the blind and how shitty everything's been happening and all the craziness that's been done. People that have used 2020 to, in essence, begin creating their future and the rest of their life are going to come out on top when things come back to normal. People that have pissed away their time and wasted away their time in fear and butthurtness about the way everything has been and have been like pessimistic about the whole situation, when things go back to normal, they're in for a real rude awakening, a real eye-opening, being like, guess what? Back to the gulag, back to the grind, back to your job at Walmart, back to your job at wherever. Okay, it's back to normal, but now it's worse because you have to stick these clothespins up your nose and wear this diaper on your face forever. So there's going to be people that have made big changes in their life to circumnavigate all of the crappy things. They've actually just really busted out of Dodge and made themselves, forged a new path for themselves, right? And this is not beyond your reach. It absolutely is not, Colleen, 100%. Use that optimism as a catalyst to create for yourself the plan of action that you want to take with you. And it's very hard to do. I sit here as a tarot reader, and it's like I can tell you this until you're beat red in the face about it, being like, yeah, easy for him to say. You know, he doesn't know what I'm going through. And you're right. Obviously, I don't know what each and every one of you is going through right down to the heart of the matter. But what I'm saying is when you do not align your satisfaction while the time of your life is going by, many people don't wake up until like 10 hours or 10 minutes before it's time to cross over, and they're like, oh fuck, I screwed up, right? Realize that if you can have that, I need to fucking go get it right now, then you have the double paradise. You're able to transcend the paradox and realign it, relight it, so that you get sort of the paradise on earth and the paradise after you go back, the star on the beach, back to the stars in heaven above. Okay, Colleen, 100%. Glad you're here today. All right. That's the worst. You want a job? I got a hint for you. Look at. Don't worry, the jobs are coming back. The jobs are coming. All right. Imagine an ultra progressive spiritualist rocking a Trump 2020 hat. You thought you seen everything? Well, you haven't seen nothing yet. Atania. Oh, Jashika, I got you written down 100%. Lots of love, Jashika. I have a law of optimism. Good. You should be optimistic. Yeah, lots of love. That was a good reading. I love messages. Yes, you are, Atania BH. Go ahead and post your question. Okay, here we go. Antonia BH says, is Sagittarius men currently having intimacy and been in some type of affair with his baby mama Capricorn? Juicy! That is some juicy stuff right there, Antonia. God love you. Let's have a little look-see, shall we? Let's look in through the little looky-loo window here and see what's going on. Sagittarius and Capricorn. Yeah, just hang on, Jessica. I'm going to read for Antonia, and thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thumbs up, and then I'll read for you right next. Okay, sounds good. All right. Is a Sagittarius man being intimate and having an affair with his Capricorn baby mama? A baby mama? A baby mama's drama? A drama? I say, sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Lovers on the flip-flop. And hangman upright. Walking his own path. Three of Swords. A betrayal. Yeah. Ooh. And the Eight of Swords here. So I think you're worried about this. This baby mama ex of this person, I don't think they're on touchy-feelies. They're not on touch my coochie terms right now. They just aren't. A reversal on the Lover's card, they are not on intimate terms, I feel. Okay, but this is not totally resolved between this baby mama and this person. These people are karmically entangled with one another for quite some time. Okay, they're going to be. The cards are also saying that the situation cannot be healed until this person is maybe more transparent about it. I don't think this person hides their situation, but because they are not maybe as affectionate or as open conversationally, they don't like to talk about their feelings, I feel. They regress and then they draw close and then they regress. This gives you the feeling that something's going on. It's a very strong feeling. If you decide to stay with this Sagittarius person, okay, you're going to always sort of feel a little bit of this love triangle, or perhaps this worry, or perhaps this paranoia that something's going on there, Antonia. But I don't think that they are on touchy terms right now. It's like, don't touch me. Ew, right? You know, I don't think that either one of these people are that weak to fall back into this situation. But the Three of Swords here is saying is that they are... You left this person because of that? Okay. So maybe this Three of Swords here is just a situation that maybe if you're gone, maybe then the thought of this needs to be gone as well. If you've removed yourself, but you've left part of your heart or part of your mind there, it's time for you to reclaim that. It's time for you to recapture that, and time for you to move on from that. If anything, it looks like there could be a Gemini or a Pisces in this situation, right? But I don't think, to answer your questions, I don't think he's on touchy-coochie terms with the Capricorn. Okay? Absolutely. He can't handle shit in a mature way. Well, not many men can. Not many men do, especially if they do take multiple lovers in this sort of situation. I don't really see this person being intimate right now, especially with the Capricorn, but they may have also just recently been rejected by a Gemini and a Pisces. It's interesting. But this is Eight of Swords and Three of Swords. This is like, do you beat yourself up over this situation, or are you still like secretly still in love with this man, or like you left but you still really want them, or some situation keeps you bound? Like this chick is just batshit cuckoo about the not knowing. This is a tough thing, right? He has to be. Absolutely. I mean, I have a son, and I'm immature as all get out, except on the serious stuff, right? Go to bed early, eat your vegetables, right? You got to do all that stuff. But I've also learned that you have to have a lot of fun with life, that if everything is always super serious, then you will have cut yourself off from the flow of benevolence and happiness that is available through fun and humor. Okay, and that's essentially what someone in this situation has done. They've refused to be happy. They've refused to engage with their happiness. And I don't want to pick on you, Antonia. I just feel like you've been giving this far too much of your power, far too much of your situation. And even if it is just a disappointment, be very honest with yourself. Do you think about it a lot? Do you think about this person a lot? And the fact that you wondered about the intimacy more so than the well-being is just kind of like, it gives me a little bit of a clue that you need to cut yourself off from the situation. You might have cut them out of your life, but you have yet to cut the cord to cut yourself off from that situation so that you can bring in some happiness and some well-being in the situation. There's no need to be disappointed in the actions of others. If they shot themselves in the foot, guess what? That wasn't your foot. You can still put on your boots and walk all over the situation. You don't have to be affected by this. You don't have to give that person your power anymore. And whether or not they grow up, that doesn't really necessarily need to affect you 100%. If this person, which I feel like Capricorn, is unwilling to change their ways for whoever, even for themselves or for their children, don't worry. That is a karma that will address them in a future situation that is very personal unto them. Okay, and that's why I'm not afraid of third-party readings, but I also want to come at it with a point of view where it's like, you understand your place in this, right? You understand that no matter what the energies are saying, or whatever the reading or whatever the cards may say, we are on the outside looking in. And if we so much go in and try to affect that and try to manipulate that or change that, then that is creating new karma onto ourselves. And we absolutely don't want to do that. And I'm saying that there might be a particular risk there. Seeing the 8 of Swords and the 3 of Swords there for you, Antonia, I would say grab one of those swords and chop that thing off 100%. Because you've distanced yourself from the situation. But on the etheric level, have you really distanced yourself from that situation? Depending how much you think about it, right? So let's see what you're saying here. Yes, I've always had the doubt about him being with her or not. That's why I left. He was so You were smart to do that, Antonia, because with the child and the baby mama situation, there will always be that karmic entanglement where, you know, you're a very strong woman, but you did not have to subject yourself to that worry, to that fear, to that feeling. You didn't have to do that, and you were smart to do that. And you're almost 100% free from that. I would say you're about like 80-85% free, because, I mean, it's natural to have those memories, right? To have and to want what's best for everybody. So instead of wondering what he's doing, you know, in your meditations, or if you like to pray, both of which are absolute, all you have to do is you tell Source, you tell your version of the all, the Supreme, okay, that you really want what's best for him, okay? That's what's going to give him the life circumstances. Oh, somebody's praying for Capricorn here in this, or sorry, for Sagittarius. Someone's praying for this Sagittarius. All right, here, I'm going to reach down and slap Sagittarius in the face so Sagittarius can wake up a little bit and figure out the situation. And it might already be working, because I see this person actually having been rejected by a Gemini and a Pisces. And I don't see them being intimate with that Capricorn, okay? I think that they might have burned out. They might have struck out on many occasions, and that's their karma getting back at them. Okay? 100%. Yeah, 3 of Swords was there. Yeah, 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords. I wouldn't trust that situation as far as I could throw a maple tree. All right, Maple Town. Welcome to going out for a rip there, are you, bud? Welcome to Canada, eh? All right, Antonia, good to see you here. Good to have you on the show. I'm going to update the list for everybody, and if there were some new people here, please type into the chat so I know if there's any new people here. Now is the time to do it. We've got Jasmine Moore. Oh, wait, did we have I thought we had a super chat. Yeah, we had a super chat. Super chat. Thanks, Jessica the Goddess. I don't want to spy. Like I said, I don't mind doing these third-party readings. Why can't I get the Aries off my mind? Would it be a good idea to reach out to him? It's been a while. It's been a while. You know what, Jessica? The ding-dong part of me, like the part of me that is like me, like, hi, there I am. That part of me wants to say, if this is taking away from your sleep time and your well-being, the best thing you can do to get a little bit of closure is to absolutely reach out, to absolutely just knock, or ring a ding ding, like, hey, what's going on? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? I've been thinking about you a lot lately. And then just to hear what he says. You're a strong enough goddess, Jessica, that no matter what this Aries says to you, you can handle it. You can take it. So there should be no fear on your behalf if you want to settle your mind through closure or wondering what they're thinking about, to absolutely 100% reach out. And that's just me. That's just this guy. You know, I don't want to tell you what to do or anything like that. But me personally, without looking, I'll get my head into the stream and into the tarot in a minute here to see if it actually would be a good idea. But me personally, I know if I was losing sleep over somebody, I would send a message. I would send a message. I would make a phone call. I would go knock on a door to see, because that is the analytical. It's the easiest point A to point B way to do things. And for me in Scorpio, that's just, if you got a problem. If there was a problem, I'll solve it. Check out my mic as my DJ revolves it. All right, just a second, Jessica. I'll pull some cards here. We can get on the situation. All right. All right. When I do a lot of these psychic. Oh Jesus, Shanimal, you're here. I totally forgot Shannon was here. Shannon, good to see you, everybody. If you've ever wondered what your pets are thinking, please check out For Your Animals Health at foryouranimalshealth.com. You can talk to your monkey or your giraffe or your horse. That is the sound of horse. Shanimal is here and Blue Nile is here. Oh, happy birthday, Shan. Blue Nile. I got you written down, Blue Nile. Hey, Shannon, guess what? Your timing is perfect. You say it's your birthday. Ba-na-na-na-na. Oh, well, it's my birthday too. Yeah. Ba-na-na-na-na. Shannon, I just finished the reading for the Virgo Libra Cusp. It's at the very start of this video. I will retitle it and put that out. But I checked you back in, Shannon, and I'll put you up next after Jessica the Goddess, because you are there with your blue badge, 100%. So we'll bump you up if you got a question today. Let me just read for Jessica Goddess. Then it will be Shanimal. Then it will be Jasmine Moore, Jazzy B, MW, Gazelle, Madge D, Jashika, and then Blue Nile. All right. All right, Jessica. I've asked, what is this Aries up to, and what can Jessica the Goddess expect as a response to this situation? Four of Swords. Oh, this person is sleepy butt, sleepy town, going to the sleepy town. Ooh, and big plans on the situation. Okay. Three of Wands, Spirit made manifest. This person might be dreaming or working towards what they want to spend the next portion of their life doing. Ooh. Three of Cups here as well. This is kind of like a contradiction in terms. A Seven of Swords. So this Aries, you know full well what you're getting into with this person. All right? You got 33 up here. If you decide to reach out to this person, you will further continue the timeline with this person. You will continue your level of engagement. I feel as though if you reach out, the conversation will continue. You guys will work out whatever it is that you wish or that you want to talk about, these sorts of things. But the Seven of Swords here comes with a warning. It says, this goddess, Jessica, aka Jessica, she knows what she's getting into with this Aries. She knows what he's like. She knows what he does and what he doesn't do. She knows why they haven't been chatting in the first place. She knows what to expect. But is she a glutton for punishment? Will she go back for more? Stay tuned next week on As the Stomach Turns, right? But this is good. 3 of 3. I think that your Aries is like thinking about plans for their own future. They might be dreaming about starting a business or expanding their business. They might be dreaming about what to do next with the time that they've been given. They've almost reached, you know how in your life you get those like reset moments, those reset buttons where it's like, maybe it's, after you get like really sick or you catch flu or cough due to cold or something and you realize, oh my God, I'm a mortal human being. I better do something with my life. I feel as though your Aries might have had one of these moments, and part of the reason why you might have been thinking about this person so much as of late is because they may be deciding to make some big changes in their life. But I do believe that they will make time for you if you do decide to reach out. At the very least, the conversation will continue and grow. But Jessica, you know what to expect with this person. If they are thinking about expanding or doing something brand new with their life, making a large investment of time, money, or energy into something that they're doing for themselves, right? They may You may just kind of be there as like in a supporting actress kind of role, and no goddess wants that, right? So depending on what you want and what you know to expect out of this person, you may decide that reaching out might not be the best idea. But like I said, if you're losing sleep over the situation, you might as well do it, because the Four of Swords is here saying that you might just sleep better at night. You might actually finally know about it. I just think that the fact that this person has made some significant changes in improving their own life, and you had a past history with them, that might be what is affecting the cerebral energy of why you're like, I wonder what's going on with them. I wonder what's happening with them as of lately, right? And that sort of thing. And that's what's causing it, right? Because at one point in time, you discussed maybe a future together, or you grew spiritually together. I don't know if this was a twin flame situation or if this was just somebody that came in and out of your life real quick and it was a real good time. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It just shows that you grew and you learned from your situation together. The Seven of Swords is saying, don't fool yourself. You know exactly what to expect, right? 100%. Okay, Jessica? So me says, go ahead and reach out. These cards are saying that you might think about reaching out, and then once you weigh all the pros and cons of thinking out, of reaching out, you may decide not to. But if it is seriously bugging you, just do it for the sake of doing it without any worry about what they're going to say or the expectation or any of that matter. Then at least you'll have done it, and that you'll know, and you'll have freed that energy up, and you won't be thinking down that rabbit hole any longer. Okay? Grrr, show 'em you're a tiger. Show 'em what you can do. The taste of Aries frosted flakes brings out the tiger in you. All right. I don't know who writes this shit. Honestly, it's just a bunch of catamarans. Good times, but crazy scattered with all my passion and work projects. Will it settle down as it spirals upwards? Yes. We were just talking about that Virgo new moon, how a lot of people have either been really filled with optimism or they have been kind of increasingly pessimistic over more situations. So for you, Shannon, with things being very busy, this moon might have been a little bit more subtle, and you might not really have noticed these situations because you actually have been so busy. So what innately I want to say to you is recognize what's new. What's new? What's old, okay? What's cool and what's in the zoo, okay? So these projects and all the scattered energy, is there a way that we can prioritize? Is there a way that we can align them? Hi, D Lovely. Good to see you. Good to have you here, D. 100%. So can we put a value on passion? Well, I'm more passionate about this than the other thing. Hey, I'm passionate. No, silly, you're Passion the liquor store. I'm passionate. What do you mean? I hardly even know you. No, you're Passion the liquor store. Just take a break. Okay, take a break. I'm not saying go out and get drunk, Shanimal. Not saying anything like that. But you do. You need to have a night where you do nothing but absolutely take off your socks and dance up a storm. Okay. That's going to help settle it down. That's what's going to do it. You need to hit a bit of a reset button. Okay, so good times for sure. Maybe the good times need to turn into even a little bit of the better times. Okay, and Jessica, you let me know. Hopefully that answered your question. I think it would be interesting to reach out and find out what he's up to, because it might inspire. You might find that he tells you a story about a plan that he has to change his life somehow. It's really interesting. You're on the beach right now. I'm on a boat. You do need a break, silly. Okay? Virgos, they work too hard. Oftentimes, they get far too serious. Okay? And you just need to blow off a little steam. Kick off your shoes. Take a big old, hits from the bong. No, don't hit your bong. You don't need to get drunk, but you do need to hit a bit of a reset button. So whatever that means for you, maybe you do like to have a glass of wine. Yeah, sorry, Jessica. I might have gotten going a little bit fast. You're welcome, Jessica. Hopefully that resonated. I would reach out, but the more you think about it, the less likely I think you're going to do it. If you do it, you're going to do it within the next 2 days. But if you any longer than that, I think you'll psych yourself out and you realize it's just not worth it. Okay, 100%. True. Let's pull some cards for Shanimal. Okay. right? There you go. So what other techniques can you use, Jessica, to get this person off your mind, right? Who's number one? You're number one. Who's number one? Well, it's number two. I'll give you a little technique that I use when I find myself thinking about shit that I have no control over. I start trying to manifest things. I use my conscious mind, and I'm like, I don't want to think about Jasmine anymore. I don't want to think about Jennifer anymore. I don't want to think about Teresa anymore. Oh my God, I just love all these ladies, but they just drive me nuts that I can't. Oh, Mandy, I love her too, but I can't think of her. Right? They're all gone. So what I do is I'm like, if I had $1 million, what would I do if I had $1 million? If I had $1 million, then I don't think about Mandy and Teresa anymore, right? I think, holy shit, what if I had $1 million? What would I do, right? So you could try that, and then maybe before you know it, you'll fall asleep, right? Or you could try one of our mini campfire videos. You try like listening to a campfire, ocean wave sounds, meditate, breathe, all that good stuff. I know romance is hard. Love, rock and roll is, they say rock and roll is a vicious game. Love is a brutally vicious game. Oh really? Oh cool, D. I'm glad. Thank you for the confirmation. It's so nice to hear that. 100%. All right. Focus here on Shanimal. We're going to focus. Whoop, there it is. Okay, these 3 words when you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is. 7 of Pentacles, taking away the moments that make up the dull day. The Hierophant, interesting. Okay. And the 3 of Swords reversed. Yeah. You definitely need to take some time for you. You're burning the candle at both ends. That's what the 3 of Swords lets me know in reverse there. Like, do you remember back when you were like so purpose driven about that thing and you put all your energy into it and then you just completely burnt out, and how awful that made you feel? Don't do that again, Shannon. Don't do that again. That is terrible. But here it is. All these passions. What do I do? They're all separated. You got to step away, step back from all of them to realize what's important. Okay? Don't take up anything new at this time. But the old technique of writing that list, write down everything you're doing, write down everything you need to do. Let's break it down. Let's break it down for you. Okay. The number 6. Okay. Well, we got a 7 on the board. Let's do 7, because I know you're a very strong lady and you can do 7. You could do 6. If 7's too much, you could do 6. Okay. But I want you to write down 6 things that you need to do tomorrow. Okay. 6 things. Don't include like brushing your teeth and waking up, because those are just like given things like that you do every day. Don't include those. These are things like the 6 things that you need to do that will make you feel better about having like lived a full day and felt like you got ahead. Okay. So write down the 6 things, or 7, that you need to do. Okay. Then once you've got those written down, look at the list and then number them in order of importance. Okay. Maybe like showing up on time for your client is number 1. Like above all else, that has to happen tomorrow. Okay. So that becomes number 1. All right. So you've got the 6 things written down. Now you're going to number them 1 through 6. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, have some corn pops. That corn pop is a bad dude, or Captain Crunch, or whatever, or whatever it is that you like to eat in the morning. Get your belly full. Don't fill my soul before you fill my belly. Okay. And then you start with number 1. And you do number 1 until it's done. Like done. And you can't do any more with number 1. Then you do number 2. Then you move on to the second thing on your list. Okay. And then once you're on this, you see what I did there? Once you're on the second thing on your list, then you do number 2 on your list until it's done. It's done. Okay? Hurry back, D Lovely. Then number 2 is done, right? This is all comes back to this, right? Because this can leave us scatterbrained. This can leave things all over the place, right? But if you do that, and don't put any pressure on yourself to get to number 4, 5, and 6, okay? You say cutoff time is 7 o'clock. Once 7 o'clock hits, no matter how far I'm done on my list, that's it. And you will be absolutely amazed how good you feel about yourself, about what you got done between the time you woke up and the time that you set for yourself to be done for the day. And that was just one day. And think about that. You get tomorrow too, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the fucking day after that. So guess what? If that list of 6 things doesn't change, that's okay. But if you get done all 6 things, then guess what? You can make a new list of 6 things, right? And then once that happens, you're going to be like, wow, it wasn't that hard. It didn't feel so overwhelming. You know, I do have room to be passionate about all these things. Or maybe you start doing this and you're realizing I only get to number 3 each day on my list. Maybe these other things I've taken on too much and I need to find a way to cancel or to break off or to break away from these things so that I can feel more fulfilled or complete about the other things that appeared first on the list. All right, Shanimal? And that's okay. But remember, you know, this is up to you. You're controlling this. But all of these things that you put on the list, none of them are as important as you are. I know you're not a fire sign, but she's a beautiful, amazing, caring person, just like you. Okay, but she's upside down. Because if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else or anyone else's kitty, giraffe, pony. Okay, you won't be able to do that, right? If you're burning the candle at both ends, all right? This has been a message from the Hierophant at Hierophant Sheep Incorporated. Okay, lots of love. Sounds definitely on point. That was, I think it was Earl Nightingale, that list of 6 things. If you Google search Earl Nightingale, I don't know, it would be hard to find that particular excerpt I took for that listing process that you can do. But that he's my source on that. That's who I got that from. And it works wonders. It works absolutely wonderful. Okay? 100%. And everybody, if you would like to get in touch with your animal, I encourage you to get in touch with Shanimal at For Your Animal's Health. Find her on Facebook at www.foryouranimalshealth.com. She is a great psychic connect between you and your furry friends. 100%. I love furry friends. Okay, Shannon, so good to have you here. Dee had to step out, and then hopefully she's going to step back in, but she's next on our list with the loyal listener badge. Good to have you here. Jasmine Moore, I see you clapping. Clap on, clap off. The clapper. Wait, what is that, a potato? What is that? What is going on? Where am I? Who am I? What the hell is this place? You have an old cassette from him? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Don't forget, these techniques, even though they're like 70 years old, they fucking rock. They are so awesome. They work really good. All right? Because that I see why you're going through what you're going through. The 7 of Pentacles is there as well. But the Hierophant, don't ever worry that you're letting too many people down. Remember, you're only human, right? You're only human. It was a potato? Potato. 100%. Thanks for coming today, Shannon. Love and blessings. You totally rock. Okay. Jashika, one and only. I'll update. I did update. I'm up late, so I'll do an update. It's going to go Jasmine Moore, then D Lovely, then Jazzy B, MW, Gazelle, Madge D, Joshika, and then Blue Nile. That's how we go. Because everybody's hitting me with potatoes. You say potato, I say potato. Let's call the whole thing off. All right, so we'll just give Jasmine a minute to post, or D Lovely. Be not afraid. Welcome, Steve. Good to see ya. Is a potato a bad emoji? Is like, if you get potato, does that mean you didn't get to my reading in time? I'm just kidding. Jasmine, I know you're here. I know you're listening. Jasmine. It's your turn, silly. Go ahead, Jasmine. Margaritaville. Looking for my lost shaker of salt. Some people say there's a woman to blame, and I couldn't agree more. Somebody's horsing around. Come on, Jasmine. Post your questions, silly. I'm on a roll. I'm on the... We're neat. Potatoes are... Potatoes are neat. Jasmine's been rocking with us now for like over a year. Gotta say thanks, Jasmine. Big ups, big shout out. Thank you so much. All right. Potatoes are neat. There we go. She actually did it. She actually posted. I didn't think she was going to do it, but then she did it. It's wonderful. Okay. Will I be able to actually pursue some of my creative pursue my pursuits? Will I be able to actually pursue my pursuits and execute them? I'm asking because I had ideas in the past and I never went after them. What are you doing, silly? What are you doing? Guess what? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Newsflash, ring ding ding, Mr. Burns. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. You can do whatever you set your mind to do. Okay? Remember, your mind is like this supercomputer that is mounted like right inside your skull. And in there's like a back door out of the matrix, out of the bullshit. Like, you look out at the world and you're like, wow, everything, all this truth people are supposedly spewing, it's all really just bullshit. Every truth is a half truth. Everything people tell me is like, well, yeah, some of it's real, some of it seems pretty far-fetched, and some of it seems like I can, like, for example, I know that I'm not going to be the next astronaut going to the moon, right? Could I imagine that I'm the next person going to the moon? Sure I can. I could visualize it in my own supercomputer. I could do that. But that doesn't equate to 3D. And I totally respect and understand what you're asking. I don't mean to make too much light of it. I kind of make a little fun of it. But I don't mean to actually make too much light of it. It's actually a very important and a very good discussion point for us and for this entire group. But for you in particular, Jasmine, creativity is boundless. It's limitless. It can be structured, but most times it begins as abstract, and that's why it's limitless. It's because it's abstract. And there is whole half of your brain is dedicated to the abstract, to the unknown, to the formless, that requires you to give it form so that it can exist. All right? So it's worth pursuing pursuits. Otherwise, they wouldn't be pursuits, right? Purses or suits, whatever they might be. Now, it kind of comes back to the similar question that young fellow from Denmark was asking us about starting his online streaming. He said, I dream of becoming a streamer, but I'm afraid I'm going to fail at it, right? And what I told him was, is that the only way that you could fail at it is if you started and then gave up. And that's not the worst thing in the world. You can forgive yourself for that, and you can use it as a stepping stone and as a learning tool, right? So whether or not you so for you, is this about finding the time, maybe, Jasmine? Perhaps you're feeling like very overworked, very underpaid, a lack of resources, or a lack of time to actually do what you want to do. What I would say to you in that situation is begin with the smallest steps. Begin the journey with a very easy beginning. Ease yourself into these creative ideas and these creative pursuits. It all begins with you. And it begins with a little Ace of Swords action, right? A pen, a piece of paper, a paintbrush, a canvas, a hand, and a piece of clay. This is where it begins. And you don't have to become Picasso overnight, 100%, but do something on a smaller scale. Because creativity, it can be consuming if we get like over involved with it. If we become addicted to, our whether it's like maybe you're trying to write a book and you're like, God, I just can't dedicate. I see writers portrayed on TV and they look batshit crazy and they look completely overworked and that they're always broke, and I don't want that for myself, right? That's just like an unsubstantiated fear that you might have created for yourself, being like, if I do this, it's going to take away from these other things. And much like Shanimal's reading just a minute ago, it doesn't necessarily have to do that. If you've got other responsibilities, other priorities, by all means, take care of those things first. But when it comes to pursuing creativity, 60 seconds a day, literally 60 seconds a day, is all you have to do to take a small paintbrush, a small stroke of the pen, write a paragraph, write a sentence, and know that it came from a creative place, from the supercomputer in your brain, in your cranium, and you'll find the healing properties of being outrightly creative cuts right through all the bullshit. It cuts right through certain anxieties, because you can say to yourself, although it was a very small thing, although it seemed somewhat insubstantial, it still came from that very altruistic, creative place deep inside of me, and fuck yeah, that's worth pursuing. Absolutely, 100%. And I would say do it as soon as you can. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for you, Jasmine, because technically we're still a tarot channel. Welcome, Panama. Good to see you, Sea Turtle. Oh, yes. Let's have a look here, see what's going on. Four of Wands reverse. Okay. Right. Gene Simmons, Kiss. It ain't a crime to be good to yourself. Lick it up. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, there you are. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Yeah, worrying about how you're going to fit it in, but you've caught the card of fulfillment. This is perfect. Let's begin with this. The card of fulfillment, the Nine of Hearts, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Chalices, all right? About fulfillment, or Rolling Stones, satisfaction, the best word that they have for it. When you can align your happiness with the moments of each day, this is what makes life worth living. Everything else is just a means to an end that sometimes we feel so far away from that we'll never get there. So until we are able to give ourselves some sort of satisfaction during the day, meaningful satisfaction, not the type of satisfaction that makes you go, damn, I wish I hadn't eaten all those oysters, or man, I wish I hadn't watched all that pornography, or man, I wish I had, not that kind of instant gratification satisfaction, but the type of fulfillment and satisfaction that you can give to yourself that says, you know what, I've rewarded myself for a day well lived and a job well done, and I've honored myself for being alive and being an amazing person. That's what's worth it to you. You don't necessarily have to change anything, even though that is a big card of change. Four of Wands here, reverse. It's just saying you need to, right, make a little time, you know? take a little time, make a little time, create a little bit of time. It doesn't have to be all that much. Maybe your creative pursuits, they seem like very, very outlandish, very far off and over the hills and far away. They seem like you could never get there even in a million years, even if you tried. But when it comes down to it, the starving artist theory, Michelangelo built the Sistine Chapel. He didn't do it overnight. And Jesus, he probably had to like lug 200-pound rocks around all day in order to do that, right? He had to go up and down those damn ladders all the time to paint all that stuff. It was hard effing work. No dude about it, all right? But he did it. He just started off small, right? He wouldn't have been hired to do the Sistine Chapel if he hadn't impressed somebody with a little portrait that he drew on a barroom napkin, right? And that's all it does to take it. So whatever it is that you create, okay? Thinking is not doing, okay? Doing is doing. And that's what I kind of want to reiterate to you with this Queen of Pentacles reversed here being here, right? I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker, this sort of thing. But thinking about it is definitely not doing it. And I feel like that's maybe the cycle, Jasmine, that you might be caught up in. You're like, oh, I could do it. I really could do it. I think I can, right? It's not until you actually do it. It's not until you actually do it. And you don't have to do the Sistine Chapel right away. You don't have to write Harry Potter right away, okay? But what you do need to do is find a starting place, find a starting spot to begin, all right? Don't be afraid to begin, because if you're afraid to begin and you try beginning and you think about beginning, you're never going to get started. And that's the key point. The Ace of Pentacles reverse is saying all you have to do is press on. All you have to do is press play. Be kind, rewind. All you have to do is press start, press go, right? That's exactly, I feel, where you might be a little bit stuck. And how I feel you can get out of it with this Nine of Pentacles is being like, when you think about going out and getting torched, right? Turned on the Jägermeister or the Goldschlager or the Malbecs or the Cabernet Sauvignon or whatever, and you're like, well, I feel really good to go out and just tie one on tonight, but you don't, because you know how you're going to feel the next day. I'm going to feel like a piece of shit. I'm going to feel gross and ugly in the morning, so you just don't do it, right? Flip the script on that. I'd just be like, if I were to go ahead and write myself a page, whether it's a journal, whether it's a story about a fictional cat or whatever, you don't have to show it to anybody. You don't need to prove it to anybody. You just do it for you. And then what you do is you file it away in a little drawer in a little place. And before too long, if you take 60 minutes, if you take 1 minute, if you take half an hour each and every day, that portfolio, that repertoire of things that are already done, that you already got started on, then they are there. They are there. And it all depends, again, on how bad you want it. If you want it bad enough, you're going to create time out of each and every day to go ahead and do that. If this is something where you'd rather just think about it and make sure you have enough and you're well rested for tomorrow morning's job at the gulag, then you're going to do that. So this really comes about using your conscious mind to prioritize it for yourself. When you think about doing it, say you think about being creative, you think about this pursuit, and each time you think about this pursuit, say you're falling asleep, you're going to spend the next 20 minutes thinking about it. Holy shit, that's 20 minutes. That's 20 minutes right there. And all you have to do is put brush to canvas, put pen to paper, put fingers to clay, whatever it might be. And if you're really stuck for resources and time, I want to let you know, there's a law of opportunity. You can get into the secondhand economy. You can see what's being donated. You can even increase your creativity by using all the garbage that's been left around. Oh, anything like that. Well, you're in jail? Jesus, that's a rough go. They should have an arts and crafts room in jail. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. You were the gulag comment. I see. Okay, I thought you were in jail. You're not in jail. The cards don't show you're in jail. But So you get what I'm saying. You got to break that cycle of stop being a human thinking and start being a human doing. And then when you're human done, you're going to realize, holy shit, I'm an amazing human being. And I can honor myself and owe it to myself to exercise that creative part of my brain. And when it does, it feels absolutely good. And you don't have to prove it to anybody. It'll just feel good for that reason or for today. Okay? It's like creating a good habit. When you break a bad habit, and then creating a good habit is just as hard as breaking a bad habit, because creating a good habit, well, it's not that hard actually. All it is a little bit of dedication. Set a little alarm on your smartphone if you have to. Oh, it's 3:15 in the afternoon. Guess what? It's time for me to go and do that. And actually stop what you're doing and go and get yourself into that headspace and into that space of your abode and do that. Okay? Jasmine, 100%. Okay, let me check some of the new people in and say hi to everybody, and then we'll continue on down the list. All right, I see Playboy Bunny has joined the chat. Welcome, Playboy Bunny. Now, that's something I could get behind. Play Bunny, and I see Bountiful Sea Turtle has come in. Welcome, Bountiful, all the way from Panama. Welcome, Bountiful Sea Turtle. Who else do I see here? I see Riddy. Welcome, Riddy. Riddy, good to have you here today as well. Oh, and Steve. We can't forget to include Steve and Chloe are here. Steve and Chloe. All right. And D Lovely. If D Lovely, please shout at me right now. D Lovely, if you're still here. Jazzy B. Jazzy B, if you're in the room, I'd like to speak with Jazzy B. MW, if MW is still here, and Gazelle on deck, if Gazelle is still here. Namaste a while. Yes, and then after Gazelle goes Maj D, Joshika, Blue Nile, Playboy Bunny, Bountiful Sea Turtle, Riddy Tididdy, and Stephen, and then Stephen Chloe. And Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Gazelle says, I was offered up a job up north at a resort, working with my own parrots and teaching courses. I have to learn to drive an ATV. All my moving expenses paid, and they know I can't eat solid food. Okay. That's really cool. Someone sees value in you. That's really good. You have 2 months to decide, and then you would start in May 2020. I think that's perfect, Gazelle. Just innately, I think that's wonderful. Because I think what this year has shown you, Gazelle, through all of the tribulation, I'm going to call it tribulation. I hope you don't mind. All of the tribulation, physical and otherwise, that you've been through. Just give me a minute. I think it's really shown you that it's kind of woken up your cerebral. Sorry, I'll turn the music off. It's woken up your mind. Everything that you've been through, physically or otherwise. Excuse me. Get rid of all that stuff. It shows in your mind that you have this ability to take command of your body. You're so close to the edge. You're so close to the etheric. And you float out that way. And it's like, can be really scary. And can feel really horrible at times. Like super seasick, right? But what it does is it kind of like sloshes the mind around there. And it wakes it up to the fact that I am only strong or as weak as I allow myself to be. Right? Now, it doesn't happen overnight. But I, for one, believe in miracles. I believe in the miracle of the power of your own mind and its ability to heal one's body from its fears, from its pain, from whatever ailments that it has taken on in the number of years that you've been alive. So the fact that you have till May 2021 You have 2 months to decide. But say you've already given it some thought. You've given it some momentum to go up there and do it. You can really get settled in now to meditations and to focusing on healing of your body and healing to become strong enough to take this position on, right? And as well, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. That is cliche as all get out, okay? But it's true, right? If you don't know, then you don't know. But if you go and you find out, the only thing that will hold you back would be a fear of trying it, not liking it, or maybe not doing very well at it. And who cares? Because at this point, after all you've been through, fuck it, that just doesn't even matter. That just doesn't even register on the Geiger counter anymore. That's just a lower vibration. And you exist in a much higher vibration in mind and spirit. If you could allow that vibration to trickle down in the healing effect in your body through your meditations, you may find that you get there and you just do exceptionally well at it and you actually find it. But I think it would be worth it just because the nature of doing things gives you the wealth of experience that leads you to the happiness and fulfillment as a culmination of that experience. So I would say that you should go for it and you should start working towards it through healing practices, mind over body today, and begin to research those kinds of things. All right. I know Deepak is incredibly talented with some of that stuff, as is the one they call Eckhart Tolle. It's pretty good. Okay. It's all bullshit, but at the end of the day, some of it can really help us. Okay. I'm just playing. I'm just having a little fun today. Okay. Let's have a look at the tarot, Gazelle. No, you only missed by one, MW. I can come back to you real quick. Don't you worry. We're doing Mystic Sundays on a Saturday. I hope you don't mind. King of Wands reverse. Okay. Yeah, they're looking forward to hearing from you. And I think that they would be more than accommodating. They see the value in you, or this person that's offered you the job has seen the value in you. And I think that they know that you would be the best fit for this situation. Now, this would be a big leap for you. That's why I think that if you want to do this, I think that you need to start your preparations ASAP, like right away. They don't need to be huge preparations. Like you don't need to go and pack your backpack right now or anything like that. But what I feel you do need to start working on is like get into some visualization about that place. You're talented enough to do that. And get into those meditations, those no-thought meditations where you actually feel yourself in your body and you start to take control over the cells of your body in a very spiritual, healing way. And that way you can alleviate some of that fear. You cannot worry about it. And the cards don't show me whether or not you decide to go. The Eight of Cups comes close to showing that you actually decide to go, because this is going to be all about how much momentum you have behind it in, like you say, about 60 days from now, right? This is a decision that you have yet to be made, so the cards don't really show me about whether you do that or not. What it's saying is don't stress about the decision itself. Take the full amount of time to make the decision. Don't worry about this person's given you the 60 days to think about it. So take the 60 days to think about it. They will be respectful of that. And I see this as a place where you will be given a great amount of anonymity. You will just be trusted to do what you do, and that would be really great for you. But don't stress about reporting on the decision itself. Just keep a mindful eye on the passing days and make sure that this is something that you want to do. If after like 55 days, you feel like, it just is, it's too much, it's not going to be enough, then that's fine. But see what you can do in the next 7 weeks in terms of taking charge of the health of your body outside of what the doctors are saying, outside of what you have been diagnosed or have been told in the past, imagine that it is a brand new life. You're like a brand new gazelle. And the supercomputer up inside your brain right now needs to be like programmed in there, where it's like, every time I breathe in, every time I inhale, I am healing 70,000 cells at once. And you have to have faith in that process. You have to trust in that process. You have to believe in that process. So even if you decide not to take the job, within 2 months of actually knowing that you have the opportunity, the possibility to go and do that, and you started working on healing yourself through spirit, not that you haven't started already, but you've increased the amount of faith that you are actually doing it, you'll be in a position, whether you decide to take the job or not, you're going to be feeling 100% better no matter what. This is a turnaround year for you, Gazelle. This is a turnaround year where it's like, I feel you're absolutely just kicking this sickness. You're just kicking it out. You're kicking it out to the curb. It brought you to the edge, and you said, F no, I won't go. And you actually learned how to take control. You learned these superpower abilities within you to heal your own body, and you're going to put them to work for you. That's a wonderful thing. I really like it. Okay. And do a little bit more research. See if you can find out, like, you don't have to like pick anyone's brains, but see if this is something that you would really love to do. Because I feel as though there are some certain things that you think about that if you were to go, that you would have to give up, and you don't like the feeling of that right now. And that's okay. That's why I'm saying take that time. Okay. So 100%. Gazelle, it's good to have you on the program. Thanks so much for your question. MW, you better throw it down in there. Post your question, MW. We can do it. We can do it, everybody. Let's begin. Oh, also the list is closed. I've got a lot going on here, so I just have to close the list really quickly. I hope you don't mind. So anybody late to the party today, unfortunately, is going to have to wait until next week. But I'm so happy that everybody that was here decided to join us today. If you found us here, consider yourself lucky, because they don't show us to just anybody. You have to be ready to hear this stuff. All right, we got it. We got the question here. It goes like this. MW, Maj D, then Joshika, Blue Nile, Playboy Bunny, Bountiful Sea Turtle, Riddy Tididdy, and then we'll finish up with Steve and Chloe if they are still here. MW says, will I win my state pageant? I'm planning to pursue. What? Is this like a is this a beauty pageant? You're the state beauty pageant? Okay, I'm going to give you my phone number. Okay, I want you to call me, MW. Because I only date supermodels. I'll just throwing that out there. I'm like Spider-Man. I'm like Peter Parker. I only date supermodels. And like we were talking about earlier, some people get married and other people stay sane. It is currently 9:19 at 7:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, baby. And yes, we decided to turn the hue shift down a little bit. I'm going to give you my phone number, MW. I'll give you my Instagram. Just a second. So, sorry. I got that wrong. I typed it wrong. I was so nervous. There you go, MW. There you go. I only date supermodel and state pageant winners. Just teasing. And for any of you that decide you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I don't check it a lot, but I will eventually follow. I will eventually follow back. Sorry, technical difficulties. All right, here we go. I got them shuffled up for you, MW. Oh, 4 of Cups. Okay. On Princess of Pentacles. This is all about knowing your worth. At pageant time, it's going to be all about confidence. That's all it is. You're beautiful enough. You're strong enough. You're hot enough. Okay? But it's going to be all about confidence. That's where, I don't know if these people are like super lizard beings, like whoever's judging this thing. They have an ability to like kind of, everybody's walking very confidently, but they realize with some people that it's just a show. And for other people, it's like a natural part of them, this confidence. And I feel that this is what you're really working on, MW, okay, is this confidence portion, right? Princess of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, right? But the beauty pageant is, I mean, it's awesome. You're going to go there and you're going to have a good time. I can't tell 100% whether or not you're going to win or not, because there's a lot of things at play. There are a lot of other people's timelines that come into the situation, and I apologize for not being like, having like that superpower to be able to tell you that you're going to win or that you're going to lose, right? But what I do see is that you're going to go and you're going to have a lot of fun. But the 3 of Swords here, up with the 4 of Cups, is saying that this is not your highest calling. This is just like a side gig for you. I don't know, maybe you're going to go out and like, because there's not a lot of there's not a huge future in it. So this is like going to be just like a fun event for you. But this is not your real calling. With the 4 of Cups being here and the 3 of Swords, it says that this, like for most people, they would see this as a distraction, as a diverging opportunity. But what I do feel is that you could meet somebody there in the form of this fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Some sort of like, you know how they like scout athletes at like high school basketball games to go on and play at the NBA? This is something where you will meet somebody at this pageant that may offer you a job in terms of like a role in like a commercial or modeling or something of that nature. And I said supermodel off the start, and I was only playing, but it almost has this feeling to it that like the state pageant is something that is just kind of like a natural part of it. It's a step. It's a natural progression. I don't know whether or not you're going to win or not, but what I do see is you going and having a lot of fun and meeting somebody there that is going to make you an offer about doing something that is like, it could be aligned with something similar to a beauty pageant, or using, those talents and those abilities to actually create an opportunity or a new career path for you. But again, I want you to really work on self-worth, self-confidence, MW. And I don't know, I don't think you're like a negative Nancy. I really don't think so. But at the same time, I just think that you haven't reached your fullest potential when it comes to the knowingness of actually how powerful you truly are. And I use the word powerful because it's more than beauty. It's more than intelligence. It's that intangible, that undefinable that comes through confidence, where it says it doesn't matter one iota about what anybody else judges me as, what anybody else thinks of me, how anybody else communicates, or what's the word I'm looking for, or how anyone else conveys onto me their impressions of me. all that this is about the time and the talents and the gifts that I've been given. So why would I worry about being judged? Why would I worry about what's going to come of it? And when you enter into this space of thinking and into this mindset, it opens up a whole variety, a whole plethora of doors. So hope and confidence and hope, right? Hope chases away all the bad fears, all the bad feelings we have. All we need to carry with us is a little spark of hope everywhere we go, that no matter what happens, everything is going to be okay. I'm not going to get hit by a train. I'm too beautiful to get hit by a train. I'm not going to get stung by a bee because I'm too smart to get stung by a bee. The heartbreak card is staring. Well, the only way you can be brokenhearted is if you put all your eggs in one basket. And you're not the type to do that because you've got the Four of Cups here, right? It's like, what do you know about ancient Greece, right? Imagine the one cup is filled a quarter of the way full. The other cup is filled halfway full. The third cup is filled 3/4 of the way full. The fourth cup is filled all the way filled, and it's overflowing, right? And that sort of thing. And that's what it's going to be. You're going to meet somebody there that's going to inspire you beyond the beauty pageant. So you're not going, when you get there, you're going to like have a look around, you're going to have a lot of fun, and you're actually going to stop caring about whether or not you're on the winning end of it. I think you're going to do very well. I can't guarantee you that you're going to win it. I just can't see it right now, right? This heartbreak card, don't worry about this. I think this might be an old residual energy. This is something in your heart about like, maybe an old boyfriend, or maybe about somebody that told you that you couldn't or that you shouldn't, and you might be having a tough time detaching yourself from that particular naysayer, pessimist, gossiper, or narcissist. You might be having a tough time detaching because they might be somebody that you care about, but they vibrate much lower, and they could be affecting you. That's why I see that sticky Three of Swords there. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Or perhaps this offer could be so lucrative that you may have to commit 100% to this offer, and hopefully the timing's not wrong. I'd be interesting to see this, how this plays out. I just want to scroll back here and see when this state beauty pageant is. Yeah, sorry, I can't answer whether you're going to win, but you're going to go, you're going to have a good time, and you're going to meet somebody there that's going to offer you some sort of like acting, modeling, or commercial type gig. Okay, MW? Don't be scared. 100%. All right. Chrissy, just hang tight. I'll fit you in if we have a cancellation, okay? And then the list is closed. 100% closed. Okay. All right. I don't think Maj D is here. Maj D, please let us know if you're here. Joshika, just followed me on IG. Thanks so much. Don't forget to smash like. I love all your posts on Instagram. It's so much fun. I turn it on at like 5 a.m. while I'm waiting for work to start. You're welcome, MW. Thanks for being on the show tonight. Come back and let me know how it turns out. If you win, I'll throw a party for you. We'll have a online tarot party, victory party for MW. That'll be great. I like that, Blue Nile. You got this, girl. Remember, confidence. And you earn that confidence when you don't give a rat's fat ass whether or not you win or not. Okay? That's how the judges know that the confidence is not just a show. They know the confidence when somebody walks in there and is like, poo-poo on this gig. I'm hot and I'm sexy and I know it, right? I'm a model, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk. On the catwalk, yeah, on the catwalk. I shake my little tush on the catwalk. All right. 100%. Good job, MW. Thanks so much, team, for building each other up, and that's so awesome. I love this fucking channel. It's so much fun. I love being here and doing this for you guys. Joshika, why don't you go ahead and post? I don't think Maj D is here anymore. Honestly, I gotta shave. I really been. I should shave. Beardo. My stash is trash and my beard is weird. Sorry, Janine. The list is closed for today. I'm so sorry. The list is closed. But Janine, if you hit the subscribe button and the bell, I'll write your name down with a VIP for next time we go live, Janine. Sorry. So sorry. We've been at it for quite a while now. Okay, here we go. I've been single for too long and lost count. What's my next romantic partner like? Can the music, Charlie. All right. What is Joshika's next romantic partner going to be like? Single's good. I like single. Prince of Swords. Could be a younger air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Nine of Wands. He's going to be unlike other men that you have met, tried to date. Okay? You've dated a lot of jokers in the past. Steer clear of Cancer. Okay. Could also be a Pisces playing into this situation as well. They're the moon card here. So, when it comes to this person's physical characteristics, I get a sense that this person is going to be a man of like pretty big stature, but this could be somebody where like the partnership is a lot more. It's not like the Disneyland fairy dream, okay? It's tough. It's tough to see into this. But what I get a sense of is that this person's going to be unlike other people you've met before, and there's a part of this person that's going to like really take a piece of your heart. This isn't going to be like falling for somebody because they're tall, dark, and handsome. This is going to be about falling for someone because you care about the same things that they care about. Okay, this is going to be a deep emotional connection. That's why I'm saying like a Cancer might be too much in this situation. Okay, Cancer's turned over on his head. But Pisces might fit the bill quite well. Scorpio could play into it, but yeah, it could be a Scorpio. But what I get a sense here is that this could be somebody that's a little bit younger than you, and this could be somebody here as well that really looks up to you, and somebody where the chemistry is right. Have you ever met somebody and been totally into them and totally compatible, but like when you lick each other's faces, it just doesn't taste right? That's a chemistry issue, right? Yeah, this person is going to be different than most. You're done going on this same old path or this same old routine and this same old song and dance. It's not even showing that you're going to be even tested by having another someone of that similar personality type come into your life. This person is going to be totally different. This is kind of like a swept off your feet type feeling as well too, but it's going to hit you by surprise because this is not the typical thing. This is not like the fairy tale Disney thing. This is more like I really care about the same things that this person cares about. We find ourselves doing this together, and then we end up figuring out that we care about one another. So this is a friendship that turns into a working partnership that turns into something more, okay? And I don't know, like, I just want some clarity on this moon card here. Whoa, put Pisces. Wow, Pisces putting an end to your singularity and cohabitation, a move. I don't know if you're thinking about moving. This relationship is going to happen really fast. And I think this is Pisces coming in here. All right? Upside down. Full circle. King of Swords. Yeah, I don't think it is the air sign. I think this is going to be a water sign. Okay? And I think this is Pisces. So, yeah. Hopefully that's... And as far as their physical appearance, I'm not getting too much other than they might be dark-haired. and they might be like very like ripped, like strong and that sort of thing, but they're like pretty gentle about the whole situation, like a gentle giant sort of, almost, is what I get the feeling of. Okay. All right, Joshika, thank you so much. And here's hoping that you don't have to be we saw the reversal on the 9 of Pentacles, so that's good. You're not going to be single forever. I like that. Not like me, not like this guy, because I've pigeonholed myself. I only date supermodels, so I'm destined to be a star-crossed lover. Oh, you're an Aquarius. All right. Well, keep your ear to the ground there, silly Aquarius, and be open to love and get involved with community as much as you can. Open up the potentialities for these. Don't lock yourself up in the tower, okay? All right. Little bunker buster for you. All right, Blue Nile, you're up. Asia, Australia, Africa, and South America, but Europe. Go ahead, Blue Nile, post your question. All right, we got you there, Blue Nile. I got you. I was hoping it was going to take you a while to post because I was listening to that song. But pretty soon, thanks to all of the super chats and donations we've been receiving, we've got a musical gift on the way for the studio. So we're going to be able to listen to some beautiful music, and it's not going to take away my attention. So I'm flicking buttons and pushing up noses and doing all this stuff. So I'm really excited, and thanks to everybody that's donated this year. It's been amazing, and we've got a special studio gift that is on its way. I'm really excited to announce that. I don't know why I'm excited. I'm just excited, baby. Maybe that's what UZ thinks of you. Okay, we've asked, what does UZ think of Blue Nile? He's a Libra, and she's just curious. Curiosity. That's like Pandora's gift. Curiosity. Whoa. These are the same cards, like coming up a little bit differently. Wow. New union. What does he think about you? He thinks you're fair. I don't think that this person has been like knocked off their feet, but that's just a stupid Libra. Sorry, Libras aren't stupid. I'm sorry, Libra. That's just a silly Libra for you. Okay? 6 of Pentacles right there. All right? Everything's fair to a Libra. You would have to give them the Eiffel Tower on a silver platter to impress these people. You people, these people, those people. I'm just semantics. I'm just kidding. So the Libra thinks of you as being fair, okay? They like how kind of quick you are, how assertive you are. I'm not sure what your sign is, but they like the way that you move, okay? And I don't know if you're like an idea person, but they see a level of contrast in you, okay? Blue and yellow sort of thing. You are a mystery to them as well, but on what they do know about you, they think that you're fair. And that's really 6 of Pentacles. That's the only word that I can come up with, is that they think that you are fair. But Ace of Pentacles is here saying you do have the possibility. You could try to start a new union with this person. Oh, you're a Virgo. Oh, my goodness. What are you doing? Why are you guys doing? This can never work. This won't ever work. Okay. I don't want to be a pessimist, Blue Nile. It's good that you're only just curious and that you're not hung up, because this is a this is a bit of a long shot. This new unionship is a bit of a long shot. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, but you guys could uncover a great, what do they call it, like a power mindset. If you guys were to put your heads together on a project or on a situation, you could generate or create inspiration and ideas within one another through talking and through communicating. And I think that would be worthwhile. Develop this friendship. Talk to this person as much as you can. Friend zone is right, because I don't think that this could ever work. And one of you realizes this. And I think I realize it too, because this is a Virgo Libra thing, which can be very tricky. Very, very, very tricky. I love to hate you, and I hate to love you. I love you so much that I hate you. Don't worry, they're the same thing, just on different degrees. All right? But they think you're fair. But keep talking to this person, because there's a law of progression. There's a law of forward movement. And I think that one of you or both of you likes the mystery that's involved here, or appears to be a mystery to the other person. But you haven't woed this person off their feet. They're not smitten, but they do think you're fair. They do like the way that you move. Okay? So hopefully that makes some sense for you, Blue Nile. I think, let's just get a little bit more clarity here. The Sun card. Yeah, it's going to be all right. The friendship is destined to be a good one. But lovers, not necessarily in the cards for this person. Okay? Boy, not today. That's kind of what I thought about it. Absolutely, Blue Nile. Interesting question. I'm glad you asked it. That was kind of a fun one. Whole life on social media. So you're the mystery? You're the mystery lady? He likes that you're a mystery. Hi, Mima. Okay, Blue Nile. Be interesting. Keep me posted on this guy. And which is probably why you're not that into him. Okay, so that makes sense then. So fair is fair, right? Keep talking to this person, though, because you could inspire one another, actually. A friendship is destined to be a good one. Lovers, not in the cards. All right, we got Playboy Bunny in the house. Meow, meow. We'll give Playboy Bunny a chance, and then our bountiful sea turtle from Panama is here. We'll continue on with the Bunker Buster. If not, I would love to hear from Riddy to Diddy, Steve and Chloe, and Chrissy Chandler. Yeah, Chrissy, I got you. I fit you in right at the end. He's fun to talk to? That's good. That's good. All right, second call for Playboy Bunny and Bountiful Sea Turtle. Then it will be Riddy, Steve, and Chrissy. And that's a program, ladies and gentlemen. Mima, I'm sorry we couldn't fit you in today. The list is closed. But if you hit subscribe, I think you've been here before, Mima. Hi, Mima. You'll have to join us next time we go live. All right, Riddy to Diddy, are you still here, Riddy? Riddy. How about Steve? Might have popped out. Lots of love, Mima. We're just at the end of the program today. There's the bountiful sea turtle. All right, let's cut to the chase here. Can the music, Susan. Bountiful sea turtle says, I've had a negative realization about all my friendships lately and need to make a change. What should I do? All right, let's have a look. I'm going straight to tarot for this one because I would hesitate to tell you what to do ever. Excuse me. But if you've had these realizations, I would refrain from labeling them as positive or negative. Let's take that out of the equation. That's not a negative it's just a realization. Okay, I've had a realization about your friendships today, and that I do need to make a change, and that's okay, because these relationships came in, and right now they're like taking away. They're holding you down. They're lower vibration. They're making you feel icky and ooey and not so good. So we need to change these things. What I would suggest is break it off. Okay, cut the cord. Make that change, right? So when you go ahead and make that change, do it without guilt. That's rule numero uno. Do it without any guilt, okay? No matter how long this person has been a friend, okay? You just basically tell them, good night, Shan. We'll see you later. We might have a late night fire, okay? For all you guys that know me really well, we might do a late night fire. But it's not a promise, okay? Sorry, bountiful sea turtle. Rule numero uno. Cut the cord, but don't feel guilty. No matter how long, no matter who this person is, if you feel that the lower vibration is holding you back and you want to make that change, then go ahead and do it, okay? Rule number 2. If you do it, don't go back. Yikes. You're not wrong in these realizations. Holy smokes. Take control of the situation. That's the second thing I really feel, okay? You will always be able to make new friends, but you will not be able to, or it would take great amounts of time to undo karmic layers that are built up over time through having to deal with these lower vibrations. If you yourself have ascended to a place where your frequency has changed, your frequency is different, you realize that you want more out of life than what these pessimists, these narcissists, these gossipers can do. Right? And you ever notice that sometimes you have those friends in your life that they pretend to want to know everything about you, but when you wonder why they are that interested in you, you realize it's because they tell everybody else about what you're up to. That's not a good thing to have in your life, right? And you know these people because they always come to you and tell you all about somebody else's life. And then they're suddenly interested in what you're doing. Well, that's a gossiper. That's a naysayer. That's a liar. That's not somebody you want to be associated with. So don't do it with any guilt. And with the Emperor here, it's saying take control. He hasn't shown up in a reading in quite some time here on the 99.9. But with the Emperor here, it's a good idea for you to say, I stand by my convictions and I'm not going to go back. The worst thing that you could do is to cut the cord, to tell somebody that you've cut the cord, and then try and go back to them. Okay? If people are hurt by your decision to break free or to not want to hang out anymore, if these are friendships and it's just about not hanging out, be very transparent in with these people. You don't have to slay them. You don't actually have to take them down a notch and be like, I'm breaking off this friendship because you're like this and you're like that and you're like that, because that comes off as just being judgmental. But what you can do in terms of your transparency and breaking off these friendships is realize that the things that you're seeing in these people that you don't like, that you realize are negative and that are holding you back, at one point in time, part of you used to be like that. And that was a mirrored energy. Okay, you have to almost realize that by leaving these friendships to the wayside, you're doing them a favor, because they will no longer be able to exist in the comfort of knowing that you were there mirroring their energy, and then now all of a sudden they're gone, and you've actually given them or encouraged them or given them a chance in space and time to change their behaviors, to realize, oh, I remember Bountiful Sea Turtle. I lost a really incredible friend. And somewhere down the road, they'll be like, I remember I used to gossip all the time. You know what? I'm actually grateful that Bountiful Sea Turtle was in my life, and that by breaking things off, by leaving, they actually showed me that being a gossiper doesn't make for lifelong friendships. And this sort of thing. And if you have a worry that you're not going to be able to make any new kind of friends, don't worry about that. You can only make better friends. Okay, the Five of Pentacles, even though the simpleton tarot readers being like, oh, someone's left out in the cold. This is one of the most spiritual cards in the entire tarot, the Five of Pentacles, because this is transcending above what the reality actually is, to teach yourself something very spiritual, something very enlightening, and very healing and uplifting about yourself. And frankly, these friendships, you just stopped working well together. It's just stopped being fulfilling. You stopped being able to get anything done. Now, you don't have to cut these people off, but you you do need to find a place where if you decide not to cut these people off, you need to find a way that you're able to work together, that you're able to help heal one another. So say you have a friend, let's just call her Susie, okay? And Susie says, let's go out drinking at the old Cougar pub. And you're like, I don't do that anymore. I don't want to do that. I like you, but that just always ends up in the same old shenanigans. Guess what? I saw in the newspaper that Ravi Singh and Baba G Bubblegum Magui are having a singing bowl ceremony down at the community center. Would you like to go to that? And then maybe they decide, I don't want to hang out with Sea Turtle anymore. She's changed. She's weird. And then they cut themselves off for you. But either way, you're not feeling guilty about it. You're just trying to encourage positive change in yourself. You can try and bring your friends along for the ride, and that's a healthy way to help heal them. But you're not obligated to. You're not required to do that. All you're required to do is to take authority, a power over your time, over your energy once again, okay? With zero guilt, with none at all, okay? I don't know. I think one of these realizations, you just realize somebody was a straight out bald-faced pony-faced liar, and you just couldn't hang with that anymore. And I don't blame you whatsoever, so don't blame yourself. Realize that today's loss is tomorrow's opportunity. Okay, 100%. All right, Bountiful. Can't tell you what to do, but don't do it with any sense of regret or guilt, okay? We don't want to carry that with us whatsoever. Lots of love. All right. That's good stuff right there. Just dumps on you. Yeah, you don't want that because that brings you down. That brings you right down. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of good videos and tutorials out there too about how to break free from toxic friendships and relationships. 100%. The fact that you recognized it, that's a first victory. That's the most important victory. Okay, you've already won the battle. Okay, now it's just about cleaning it up and breaking free 100%. Okay, and I would encourage you to have the confidence and the courage to go to singing bowls on your own without a friend, because that's when you're the most approachable. That's when, even though you feel a little bit vulnerable, it brings you out of your shell and it makes you really likable and really people in these new age communities and in these awakened centers, as long as they're not, a wolf in sheep's clothing, these people are very accepting and they are always encouraging and wanting to make new friends. 100% Bountiful Sea Turtle. Okay. Steve, now that's a truth bomb. Okay. Steve, do you and Chloe have a question at all? And then Chrissy, after I read for Steve and Chloe, I'll go ahead and read for you, okay? Just hang tight. I got one ahead of you, and then that's a Chicken Caesar wrap. All right? Lots of love, Sea Turtle. Hey, Riddy, I didn't even know you were still here. I didn't realize you were still here. You're still on my list, too, for today. So whoever posts first, between Chrissy, Steve, and Riddy, I'll do them next. All right. You know what, Steve? I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Because what did I say? I said by the end of Virgo season, didn't I? Last time I read for that. You want a job? I'll show you how to get a job. Don't worry. Jobs are coming. You want a job? Don't worry. They're on their way. It's just going to be it's I'm at one with y'all. Jobs are coming. See that? Jobs are on their way, but I'll leave that at that. Let's have a look and see what's going on with Chloe and the work situation. King Nebuchadnezzar 2020. All right, let's have a look here, Chloe. Eight of Swords. Okay, starting to release the need. Starting to release the expectation for it. Seven of Wands. There's a reversal on the Eight of Swords. It's good to see. Queen of Pentacles. I still see success in this person. I know it just ain't fair. 11th month. Why has this been delayed till November? Probably due to the fact that you guys are in a messy, sticky election. I had it by Virgo season, and I know we're at the end of Virgo season, which is unfortunate that didn't come to pass, or that the offer hasn't come in. But beginning to be able to release the strong need, like you said, it was a concern, but it's not like a life or death situation. And I feel like there is no like poor me about this, which is honestly a very good start about this situation. You know, come hell or high water, come either way. It's not as though there is a danger here, that there is like, I think it's just like this idea to be busy, to be doing. And if that's the thing, Chloe, I would encourage you to inspire yourself to act upon things, whatever that may be. It doesn't necessarily have to be the job search, but with the Seven of Pentacles here, it says act upon things in a way that you do them for your highest good. So whatever it may be. Like when we're in a job, we're selling our time for money, right? But the great spiritual teachers of old, and even the great spiritual teachers of today and in the new age, which is in essence a very actual old age, we have to find a way to serve other people, okay? And in today's society, that serving other people comes with compensation for your time. It comes with the monetary compensation. They call it a job, right? You're obligated. You enter into a contract where you're obligated to serve people in the fashion by which the people hired you obligate you to serve their customers, right? But as long as you're acting in your highest vibration, as long as you're acting in an accordance, and the things that you decide to act upon are for your highest good and for your own evolution, you are in essence doing a job. You are in essence doing what you came to this planet to do, which was to learn, to grow, to try and figure some of it out, even though it's very difficult. We don't even know where the hell we are or who we are, and these questions are eternally left unanswered. But when we wake up in the morning, in the energy that we're feeling, we think to ourselves, all right, we're in the middle of like a weird plague time, right? Oddly enough. And we're in the middle of this like weird struggle for power over a rich and powerful country. So we really feel like even less than pawns in the situation. And when we go to work at an entry-level job, or when we're being trained to do a job, we are in essence of that. We're trying to meet other people's expectations while serving a client base, while serving something else. And all of this can get very messy, but if the job is what you truly want, I still think that you're going to be able to truly have what you want. The Queen of Pentacles is here, so I don't know why this Virgo season is in here, but it hasn't been fair. There's been an injustice, and a lot of it has to do with the election and the uncertainty and the unrest and all of this stuff going on right now. But I'm glad that the Eight of Swords is here reversed, because it says that, yeah, it would be better if I was working. Yeah, it would be better if we were bringing in more money. Yeah, it would be better if I felt like I had a purpose or something to do. Well, what I'm telling you is that this is a divine opportunity for you to uncover your purpose without actually having the obligation of being to work on time every morning. And if you can figure out how to do that, the most optimal and ideal and fulfilling job will come your way, because you will have already experienced success before having to like try and climb the corporate ladder or wait for your paycheck or have the feeling of like turning somebody's sad day when they come into the bank and making them smile again. It's not like you can give them the bank's money, right? Or maybe you could give them the bank's money. But this said, I think now, unfortunately, I see you having to wait until after November. This is the 11th card of the 11th month, right? And the injustice that's kind of happening. So we got November 3rd to get through, and then we're going to have to get through like a crazy busy season. So I don't really see this necessarily coming in the form of a way that you would know it, where it's like, go to work, get a paycheck, spend the money, go to work, get the paycheck, spend the money. That cycle will always be there for you, and you can step into that on any level. But in terms of getting what you want, think about the reason why you want what you want. You want what you want so that you can feel that you have a purpose, that you have an opportunity to become successful, that you have an opportunity to fulfill your dreams. What if I told you could do all that without having your job? Or what if I told you could get a start on doing that before you actually had the job? And you can, and there are a lot of different ways that you can figure out how to do that, and that you can prove to yourself that you can do that without it, right? You think about the pioneers of the country, of the cottage-based industry, and people that lived and worked from a place of just doing what they knew how to do, and they did it, and they gave back to the people, right? So that being said, I don't see this really happening till after November. I had Virgo earlier, and I'm really sorry, Chloe, that did not come to pass. I really thought that you were going to nail this job down this September. You might still. These are things that happen on the mundane level that are very, very interesting. But right now in the cards, I don't necessarily see it. But you don't have to worry. There needs to be absolutely zero fear. It always says, never fear, Steve is here. Never fear, Steve is there. Right? So figure out what you can do to serve others without being obligated to do so. If you can do that, you might just find that you've liberated yourself in a very more profound and just way than the 99% of people that feel like they need to go out and get it done, right? Look for the blessing that's there for you right now without the worry that you're not contributing in a way that you think you have to contribute, because there are so many other ways to contribute that don't leave you feeling tired, pissed off, hungry, or angry that you have to be there on time. Okay? 100%. Flabbergasted. I feel flabbergasted right now. Okay, Chloe? And I'm sorry that other reading that I gave for you a couple months ago didn't pan out. I feel, that's a tough go. And my apologies, 100%. Okay? All right. All right. Riddy was dancing. Riddy is done dancing. Chrissy says she's a Libra. All right. So whoever posts next between Riddy and Chrissy will have their reading. We got 2 left today, everybody. Just the 2. And that's how we'll do it. Okay. Okay, I got you, Riddy. Is it 3 a.m. in India? Is it 2 a.m. in India? What time is it in India? Yes, Chrissy, you'll be right after Riddy. All right, I got you, Riddy. The Judgment card. The angels are with you. And the Fool is here. You may meet a traveler. I think you're going to meet a traveler, someone very unexpected. This is going to be a circumstance, a chance meeting, right? This is going to be someone that is a business owner or a homeowner. I think, that's going to be coming into your life. Can't tell you exactly when, but what I see here is a traveler, like a traveling salesman, a business person, or somebody of this nature. But they own their home from far away. They own their home, and they actually will be traveling through your area, your city, or your center. And it will be like a chance encounter, really, a chance meeting. Thank you, Steve. That's awesome. Thanks, Chloe. Thanks, Steve. 100%. So really, keep your eye open. We've got a 10 and a 20 here, right? So your love life, it's not that it's going to start at a certain time. Your love life begins when you love and you choose to love yourself more than anybody else on earth ever could, okay? Because love is an energy that can only come to us when we're ready to accept it in its fullness, okay? And it comes to us in the form of romance when we stop desiring it, okay? When we stop feeling like a partnership, that romance is going to liberate us from our solitude. We have to feel comfortable with ourselves 100% before love can come in. And in your case, I don't mean to pick on you, Riddy, but love is going to come in much like a traveling salesperson. You may begin to see synchronicities and instances of it when you wake up and you say to yourself, it doesn't matter that I'm single. It doesn't matter if I ever find anybody. I can be happy regardless, right? So as far as when your love life is going to start, this could be like around October or potentially, it could be like October next year. I see like something big happening for you. And I feel as though this is a situation where you need to get out. You need to get out of the house. You need to take a break from tarot readings. You know, the fact that you bark up the tree of love life, I say bark because the little puppy's here. The fact that you come to tarot to find out about your love life is the exact thing that's keeping your love life away from you right now. Okay, I know that's hard to hear, and I don't mean to be an asshole, but that's the way of it. Okay, I don't think you know this person or not. And I don't think you're going to meet this person until you make a huge dynamic change in your life. Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune card are here. If you do not make an energetic change in your life, you will continue to keep love arriving as like this traveling salesman from showing up at your door. You almost in a way have limited yourself through your own expression, okay? There needs to be a large energetic change within you, a big realization, and a big coming to terms of what you need to do in order to bring about the love that you seek, okay? You actually, in a way, need to go out and seek it and try and find it. But at the same time, you need to let go of the idea that this is what it's going to take in order to make you feeling fulfilled. The reversal on the Five of Pentacles says, right? We can only go so far. We cannot love what we do not know, okay? And we can only go so far as where our imaginations will lead us, right? And right now, I feel like your imagination has been limited, right? My father has also told me, but because of this lockdown on Corona, traveling is not safe. Yeah. Well, and that's another thing too. It's very hard for love to come in when fear is the primary energy of the community, right? Does that make sense? The fear and love are like opposites, right? Well, fear and hope, but Steve would agree with me here that fear and love are like opposites. They can't exist in the same place, but in essence, they're the exact same thing, just on differing degrees. So it would be very hard, and I don't necessarily see this in terms of a romantic relationship coming in until like late next year. But in that time, if you do not take the initiative to make a big, it's almost not really like a cultural change, but like a big change in the culture of the way that you're thinking about it, in the way that you're going about it, right? And don't worry, it's COVID brain. I know it totally sucks, and everybody's in it. And the fear is like, it takes a bigger toll on some people rather than others, really. But what I want to tell you is that you don't need to be afraid. You absolutely don't. there's got to be a realization within you that you are the source of the love in your life. And then that in its essence is your love life. And then that's when Source can bring in, like a traveling salesman or like a mysterious lover on the breeze, shows up suddenly, and the next thing you know, you're in the throes of passion and your dreams are coming true. But not until that takes place, right? All right, Riddy. I'm sorry, dear. Lots of love. You got my love, but I want you to do something that you love to do that doesn't involve that, right? Because it's just kissing and loving and hugging and dicking. Really, at the end of the day, that's all that's added on by having the other partner. If you find somebody else that loves themselves as much as you love yourself, that's when it really begins to take shape and to get hold. So if you can let go of these ideas and have a real come to God moment with this whole thing, and realizing that you are the source of your love, that's when your love life begins. And it can begin tomorrow. It can begin tonight. It can begin at 2 a.m. in India. It can begin whenever you choose. And I would really encourage you to be creative. Paint some pictures, write some stories, do these things that allow you to feel like that you have honor for yourself, okay? Hello to the new people, Fabio Purple Rain. I'm very sorry, but our list is closed tonight. I have one reading left, and then we're going to have to wait until next time. Okay, so if you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell, I'm going to write your names down, Purple Rain and Fabio, okay? And then I can be sure to get you in on the next live stream, on the next program, okay? Thank you so much. Sorry, you just caught us at the very end of the show today. All right. Chrissy Chandler, Riddy, big hugs, okay? Big hugs. I know that's tough to hear, and I don't mean to be an asshole, but that's when I get readings like that, that's just like, I know the feeling. This guy, single, going on 12 years. 12 years. It's because I only date supermodels, but. All right, Chrissy Chandler, you wanted a general reading, right? And you're a Libra? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm sorry for the hum in the background, which is another clear sign that we're past our time. All right. Chrissy, you heard Riddy's reading, right? You heard what I said to Riddy? I know. The laws of polarity have got me. Everyone's about to see Evil Legend this winter. I'm going to even advertise it on the YouTube page. You want to come in and get ripped apart? Come to Evil Legend's tarot readings, where he will rip you a new one for being so silly. Cut through the bullshit. Okay, I'll pray for you too, Riddy. Lots of love. Okay. Because everybody gets my nice side. Everybody gets to see the nice me. This channel's about to pivot. Okay. All right, Chrissy. We've asked about your love life. For you, the Libra. You feeling a little bit passionate lately. That's the feeling I got. You feel as though things haven't been fair in the past. Okay. The things that are blocking you is you would like to have a shared goal with someone, and you're very much stuck in your head about having it just that way. It's not Burger King. It's very tough to have it your way. So that stated, I would say to you in your single situation is you need to get some goals. You need to set some goals, Chrissy. Okay? Goals for yourself. Because you won't meet this person that shows you your goals or shows you where to go in life. That won't be the purpose of your love life. That won't be the purpose of your next relationship, is to meet somebody to show you everything or to show you the way. The reversal on this star card wants me to give you a staunch talking to as well about the fact that if you don't set some goals and start working towards some things that you want on your own, that you accomplish on your own, it will be very difficult for you to attract somebody in, because you're not looking for your other half. You are looking to become a complete person that is going to meet another complete person. All right. As far as this love life here as well, you might have been very down on yourself lately, and I don't like that. But at the same time, I do have empathy for that. It's very difficult. Whenever, but why guys never talk to me? I feel really unattractive. Well, this situation is kind of like, yeah, it's surface level, because it's not the way you look that makes you attractive, and it's not what you do that makes you attractive. When men look at women and they see a woman that is like going somewhere, that has a pure heart, right? And I think you've got all of these gifts. I truly do. But I think that they've been like calcified over. It's like they've been painted over, and now the window won't open because it's been painted shut, right? It's because these gifts, you've been overthinking the situation. You've been overthinking that happiness is an end result of romance, and that is the only way to get there. But the universe is showing you something much, much different. The universe is showing you that happiness can only come from within, right? American guys are gay. That's funny. I'm going to show that just there. And you work as a model. See, I date supermodels, right? You can join me on Instagram, right? I don't live in Dubai, but I could go there. Right, Chrissy? If you're a model, guys might be intimidated. How could you be a model and feel unattractive? That's the whole nature of your work, right? That's why this Eight of Swords is here. I feel as though you may be really mixed up in regards to like your goal setting and what you want out of life. So it sends mixed messages to source and to the universe, okay? And then that way it's hard for you to like be sent or to find that perfect someone, that perfect person, which I want for you, you want for you, and the universe wants for you to have that perfect person in your life. And not by choice, but through the subconscious undoing, you haven't remained open to that, okay? They may make you like that because they treat you in a way where you create a narrative about yourself that blocks your ability to love yourself, and source can't send you somebody else to love if source sees that you are down on yourself and that you're not loving yourself. And the way to not be down on yourself is to really set some goals and stick to them. I would love to see this star card up this way, where you say, it doesn't matter. I don't need the guy from the romance novel. I don't need some rich millionaire from Texas to come and spend a lot of money on me. You know, I don't need this sort of stuff in order to be happy. What I do need in my life to be happy is something that I care about, something that I work towards that will give me satisfaction and success in the attainment of my desires on my own terms. And then when the universe sees you starting to do that, that's when, bing, you start to emanate this aura, this glow of spirit, and then men come running towards you, right? Everything is so unfair, and you truly feel that way, don't you? Six of Pentacles reverse. You truly feel that it's unfair. You feel like you did something wrong. You feel like you're not worthy, right? You feel like, there's something wrong with you. And you tell yourself all these crazy stories that are not true. Why do you do that? Because of the conditioned mind. Maybe this guy, didn't look at you, or this guy didn't ask you out on a date, and you felt like it was your fault. Well, there's nothing wrong with you, right? The only thing that's wrong is that you've put all your eggs in one basket, and you think that this is what it's going to take in order to make you happy, right? The universe can kiss my ass. It can. It truly can. Because at the end of the day, no matter what any guru has to say, any tarot reader has to say, you're smart enough, Chrissy, to know that all of it is bullshit. Absolutely all of it is bullshit, right? So in knowing that, why don't you take a stand? Tell the universe it can kiss its ass, right? and stand up and you say, I'm mad as hell. I'm sick of being single. I'm not going to take it anymore. But you're not going to date a broke loser, are you? No. Of course you're not going to date a broke loser. You're a model. Why would you date a broke loser, right? But guess what? That broke loser comes to this tarot channel and says, why can't I find a nice girl to like me? And I'm like, well, you know what? That old cliche, nice guys finish last. You've been nice all your life, and guess what? That's going to set you up for a beautiful eternity, but you had to go 80 years without a lover. Boo-hoo, right? I always said that. Okay. So, Chrissy, I would seriously get out a pen and paper and start to write down some things that you want out of life that have nothing to do with a man. Okay? And when you begin to do that, and as you begin to do that, you can start working towards those things. And that's when you encourage the opportunity. You get out of your head about it. You get out of your own tears about it. You get out of your own false narrative about yourself, about these things. And you start to increase your vibration. You start to resonate other people. You start to act as a magnet towards you. Because if you don't use your conscious mind as a point of attraction and you tell yourself these negative things, you will never attract anybody. And it's laws of the cosmos. And it is unfair. But really, the answer, they call it the secret, the law of attraction, all that bullshit. They call it that. And it's really so simple. Once you realize that secret, once you realize how to start using that conscious mind for you, you become magnetic, right? I'm a rich man magnet. I better be careful. I don't want to say that too much because I don't swing that way. But you could say that. I could say I only date supermodels, right? And I do. I only date supermodels. I'm not gonna and I just tell myself that over and over and over again. I use my conscious mind to create my reality. I'm not saying that you don't have to, that you're not going to understand all that right away. It takes like a mature mind to be able to put yourself in that frame of mind so that you don't scare yourself or freak yourself out or attract bad things unwillingly or unknowingly to yourself, right? You know what you want, but you haven't, I feel, attained the sense of happiness that you need to make you a magnetic point of attraction for men, okay? I think you'll fall in love one day. I really want you to fall in love one day. I want you to achieve your dreams and have your desires, and I really think you can do that, okay? But for now, make some goals that have nothing to do with a man. Go out and live your life towards those goals. And forget about thinking about that you need a man in order to be happy, right? And that's when you're going to attract people into your life. That's when you're going to attract men into your life. At least the right type of men, okay? Yeah, and remember, it's only skin deep. Like, I stand 5'9". I'm literally a $155 soaking wet. I got a furry head and a furry beard. I'm like a little white hobbit, right? And I make like $30,000 a year. Even less than that, right? Do I give a shit? Absolutely not, because I know who I am on the other side. I know who I am in spirit. And that allows me to be happy. That allows me to go through this lifetime being like, look at all these beautiful ladies out there. Don't they know what they're missing? Don't they know what they're not getting into? They're not getting into for a few thousand years, right? Right? Yeah. You want the attention. And I understand that. And that's a maturity thing. That will go away with time. 100%, Chrissy. Okay? Lots of love. Big hugs to you too. Everybody, we're all in this together. It's hard. A hard man is good to find. No, wait. A good man is hard to find. 100%. Okay? You should want more than just that. That's what I'm saying. That was the whole essence of your reading, Chrissy. What you just wrote, that's all that you want. The whole essence of your reading is to say that shouldn't be all that you want. You should want more out of life. Okay? Sorry. I'll leave it at that. All right. 9/11, 8/11 here, Mountain Standard Time. It's 9/19/2020. This has been 99.9. Big shout out to our friend Dusty Blue. Hey, Dusty Blue, good to see you. Shout out to our friend Steve Stanil. Good to see you today. To our members that joined us today, D. Lovely, Sungaya, Jennifer Taro, Scarika, For Your Animals' Health. To all of our lovely friends stateside and around the world, Dubai, India, Riddy Tididi, thank you so much for your love and support. Namaste 100%. We're not doing the 7-hour marathon today. We're closing in on 4 hours. It's been an absolute slice to be with you today. Thank you all so much for your support and your company. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you guys. Coming up later this week, we might just do some fireside chit chats. I love chatting with you guys in the live chat. And look forward. I might be doing some weird fun videos. I've been having a Virgo new moon time where it's like, I almost thought about taking another huge long hiatus, and I don't want to do that because I like to stay invested, and life is just changing so much, and it's so crazy. And we're going to all get through this. We're going to come out on the other side all 100%. This is an amazing community, and I know that. Just remember to make the most of this time that we're given right now through this crisis, pandemic, whatever, craziness, bullshit. Remember, it's all bullshit. All of it, right? But that's for the advanced. And keep shining, right, Dusty? Keep shining. We can do this, and we're going to come through it together 100%. All right? Lots of love. We'll play us out on one more song because we had to keep turning. I thought there was another song. Oh, well, we'll listen to this one as we say goodnight, and we say goodbye. Oh, and goodnight, Chloe. Right. I don't see Chloe because she's not in the chat room. But she's there. We love y'all 100%. Give Lori Lightfoot all my dirty socks. Gazelle, good to see you too tonight, darling. Remember, every breath in, 70,000 cells just started pumping again. Okay? All right, Gazelle. Lots of love. You guys are wonderful. Absolutely. All right. Ciao for now, everyone. Happy Sun transiting into Libra. We'll see you all again really soon.